Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. All your dreams come true. Hi, everybody. That was less Mickey Mouse and more Jay Leno. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah, kind of.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? So, it is the summer of Disney, as folks at home are well aware, on both of the channels on which I appear. And for the summer of Disney, this is actually to kick off the summer of Disney here on this network, on the League of Opinionated Gentlemen, where we are. We'll have a couple of future Disney videos coming up. Jeff and I are going to take a look at the remake of Beauty and the Beast that came out a couple of months ago.
Indeed.
And we're also going to be on this channel, on both channels, but on this one, we're going to be discussing Kingdom Keepers: The Return, Disney at Last. But that'll be for later. Right now, we're going all Disney today because this weekend, the 14th, 15th, and 16th of July 2017, has been the D23 Expo out in good old Anaheim, California.
They brought out the heavy artillery this year. Jeez.
Oh, they brought out all the artillery. All the artillery.
The mouse broke out his old black and white boat.
Did he?
I don't know. That's kind of the only artillery Mickey has. Is the boat with the giant cannon on it.
I guess that's true. I think D23 was in Anaheim. Where was it?
It's usually
Yes, it was in Anaheim. I was correct. Okay, good. I feel more accurate now. Anyway, D23 has all kinds of news on all aspects of all things Disney, ranging from animated and live-action films, Marvel, Star Wars, video games, new Disney legends, everything you can imagine Disney.
Cats and dogs living together.
Mass hysteria. So, they don't own that one yet.
I wish they did.
We're not there yet.
Disney needs to rescue that franchise.
Yeah, okay. I don't think that's going to happen, given that they're making money on it again. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to go through D23 from the beginning of the weekend to now. We're going to cover the major panels and have some brief discussion of the more minor ones. There might be some spoilers for things here, depending on how much you know about certain things. So,
Infinity War.
Yeah, among others. So, as we announce each thing we're going to discuss, make your own determination as to whether that's something you want to be spoiled on. Maybe skip ahead, 5 or 10 minutes and see if we're on the next panel, and then just scroll back to the beginning.
Now, should be noted, neither of us actually went to D23, so yeah,
this is just despite one of us being on the correct coast and being significantly closer.
Yeah, well, number one, I didn't realize it was this weekend.
Yeah, well.
Number two, I'm kind of poor.
Yes. So we're just going to go ahead and go through the things, talk about the things, discuss the things. I'm going off a base list of information provided on the D20 website, and then I'm extrapolating with detailed articles from there. So we'll go with it from that point in time. Okay? Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, all right. Oh, shit. Wow, I totally missed that. This is completely Disney unrelated, but I'm just going to throw this out there. R.I.P. George Romero.
Wow.
We'll throw that out there. He did unfortunately pass away just earlier today.
Okay, then.
He was 77. So.
Well, he will be missed.
Although people have made the point that, now that he's gone, if there is a zombie apocalypse and he's the first zombie to rise, it's just going to be poetically appropriate.
Yes, it will. He'll probably also be the hardest zombie to kill since he pretty much created how to kill a zombie.
Kind of.
He'll be able to avoid fucking everything. So be afraid if there's a zombie apocalypse and he's the first one to rise because we're all probably fucked.
Indeed. So, let me scroll up here. See where I'm going. That's not that far. Not that far. No, where are we? No. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start off, like I said, at the beginning of the weekend, and we will proceed from there. So we opened up the
Sounds good.
weekend with an interesting announcement from Screen to Page, Gravity Falls and Star versus the Forces of Evil. So several things going on here.
Okay, then.
First off, of course, wacky adventures of characters that have jumped off the screen and into the pages of books released by Disney Press. There's announcing there will be a number of release of Gravity Falls Journal 3. There are several Gravity Falls journals currently available wherever fine books are sold, as well as Star versus the Forces of Evil. From the Star and the Forces of Evil, Star and Marco's Guide to Mastering Every Dimension are going to be available coming soon.
Okay, then.
They went on the panel saying there's no such thing as everything ending when a show ends. The franchise will continue, even if it's not in show format. The panel also mentioned Don't Color This Book, It's Cursed, the Gravity Falls themed coloring book, available on July 18th. Additionally, Gravity Falls, the graphic novel, and Star's Book of Magic Spells will be coming out. Plus, the panel got to see a special clip from Star versus the Forces of Evil, The Battle for Muni, featuring the first time Queen Moon met the villainous Toffee.
Hey, then.
So, starting off with books, I approve. All right. Now we're going to go into the first of the major things that we need to discuss.
Okay.
And they do tend to open the weekend with this so that they can be noticed for their relevance throughout the course of the weekend. But as per usual at the D23, we did award a new class of Disney Legends.
Of course.
As we are wont to do. So, we have an article with Disney.
Hello, Disney. Joker's here.
Indeed. Sorry, folks. Anyway, we have a number of new Disney Legends here at the Hall D23, where they have most of these items. Host of the event is Disney Chairman Bob Iger, of course. Chairman and CEO, sorry. Saying that there's a lot to look forward to.
Indeed.
And Bob Iger did go talking about both celebrating the past and future of Disney when you're talking about Legends. Giving special mention to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, of course, the Walt Disney's original creation prior to Mickey Mouse, revealing some interesting ideas being floated around as he showed some images, including Oswald alongside the Avengers, Oswald on Jakku with Ray and BB-8, and Oswald joining the 999 Happy Haunts of the Haunted Mansion. So, lots of fun there. So, being a Disney Legend is the highest honor the company can bestow. Very cool, though, before awarding the new Legends, actually, Disney legend Anika Noni Rose.
Mm-hmm.
You know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
What does she do?
She came out and she, in honor of the existing Disney Legends, of which for the record, there are. Oh, I had this open twice. Huh. Oopsie. Of which there are 267. She performed the song "Go the Distance" while fans enjoyed a montage of these luminaries.
Nice.
So, props to Anika. For those who don't know, Anika Noni Rose is the voice of Tiana in *The Princess and the Frog*, among many Broadway productions and other such things.
Good song choice.
Indeed. I will find my way.
I will go the distance. Great song.
Totally. And a standing ovation was given to animator Ruthie Thompson, inducted in 2000, who, just days away from her 107th birthday, is the oldest living Disney legend. So that's cool. So first up on the list to join the Disney Legends was the imitable Oprah Winfrey.
What did she do? She must have been in something. Probably something I didn't see.
Probably her show that was on a Disney-owned network for 30 years.
Was it?
Oprah's always been on ABC.
NBC.
I think.
She was on NBC.
She was? You sure about that?
I'm pretty sure she was on Channel 5.
Channel 5 is Fox.
Well, over here, it's NBC. Could be wrong. I thought she was on NBC.
That's the Oprah Winfrey Show, often referred to simply as Oprah, American syndicated tabloid talk show that aired nationally for 25 seasons from September of '86 to May of 2011 in Chicago, Illinois. Let's see. Distributed by King World Productions for the first 22 seasons. Yeah, CBS for the last 3 seasons, but it was ABC for all the years before that. She befitting an icon who came into fans' homes for 25 years as the host of the Oprah Winfrey Show, award-winning producer, actress, and talk show host, and philanthropist, reflected back on her long relationship with Disney, which began in 1984 when she first began appearing on ABC station in Chicago.
Original network, syndicated, ABC. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So she was the first inductee.
Pretty sure she was also probably in something recently as well, but
well, she's in the new Disney movie Wrinkle in Time.
Oh,
that's coming out like next year.
Fair enough.
More on that in a minute. So, following up next, they inducted the late great Gary Marshall, who people may remember as a legend in TV and film, producing and creating such shows as The Odd Couple and Happy Days, as well as feature films such as Pretty Woman and The Princess Diaries.
Fair enough. What did he do for Disney?
Well, again, most of those shows that I mentioned were on the ABC network.
ABC? Okay. I didn't know what network they were on originally because,
I believe so,
like you, I was born after they aired.
Yep. His son Scott and daughter Kathleen accepted the award on his behalf. He passed away last year. They shared that their father, like Walt Disney himself, had a love for benches.
Okay, then.
He appreciated the oft-told tale that Walt Disney first conceived of Disneyland while sitting on a bench and took great pleasure in having the Gary Marshall bench stand in his honor on the Burbank studio lot.
Nice.
Walt and Gary would want you to sit on a bench and daydream because you might change the world. The next couple of inductees tying into something that Disney has recently come into the acquisition of in the last few years. The next inductee was pioneering comic creator Jack Kirby, known as the King, who created tons of Marvel heroes and characters. Not the least of which, if my memory serves correctly, was Captain America. Don't care, okay.
Possibly. Not exactly sure. I don't know all the stuff he created here. Let's see. Captain America, Fantastic Four, Hulk.
Yeah, there's a long-ass list of characters he's created.
Silver Surfer, X-Men.
The vast majority of Marvel characters he had some hand in creating. Let's just be fair on that.
Yeah.
His son Neil represented his father, saying he didn't create superheroes or superhumans. He created super people.
No, may he rest in peace.
Indeed. And on a similar note, that then followed up that induction by inducting, of course, the legendary, amazing Stan Lee.
Indeed.
Honored for his accomplishments during all of his time at the as a teenager, he joined the book publisher Timely Comics, which would invariably become Marvel, helping to create tons of Marvel stuff. And also, of course, providing voice work for his cameo in the Big Hero 6 movie.
I would also like to point out that Jack Kirby is also responsible for Darkseid.
Okay, then.
Yeah, he created Darkseid.
Okay, then.
So you can thank him for that.
All right, then. Stanley talked about, being moved and how much it meant to him to save up to buy the book, The Art of Walt Disney, saying, I loved Walt Disney. He was more than a man. He was an inspiration. He was something to reach for, to be like him. To think that today I'm standing here in the house that Disney built that paid tribute to Jack Kirby and all things Disney, it is so thrilling, I can't tell you. Congratulations to Stanley. To you, sir, I say, Excelsior.
Indeed. Excelsior.
The next
also,
inductee.
Our hearts go out to Stan the man for the recent loss of his wife.
Yes, the late, great Joan Lee. We will miss her very much. So, the next inductee was animator Clyde Geronimi. Who is the late Clyde Geronimi, whose body of work includes animation on The Silly Symphonies, 101 Dalmatians, and segments of the original Mickey Mouse Club. He was also remembered as a gifted director. His son Gary, who along with his brother Lynn accepted the award, told the Hall he loved animation and he loved working for Walt Disney. It is my strong belief that this love shows in the quality of the many films he helped make for the studio.
Indeed.
They then inducted Manuel Gonzalez, animator of Mickey Mouse Comics, or artist of Mickey Mouse Comics, I should say. His son Dan Gonzalez accepted the award, recounting how his father and Disney shared a love of cars. And in fact, Gonzalez's 39 Packard was nearly identical, but a year newer to Walt's own beloved 38 Packard. The two cars look so similar that Manuel was once directed to park in Walt's space, only to have to move when Walt actually arrived at the studio. So they had a warm relationship, and they would occasionally ask the artist which car he would occasionally ask Gonzalez which car he should buy next. So.
Fair enough.
So that's cool. Next up, Walt Disney Imagineer Wayne Jackson.
Okay, then.
Was instrumental in rebuilding the shows from the 64 to 65 New York World's Fair that were transported to Disneyland. And also had a hand in helping to create both Pirates of the Caribbean and the Haunted Mansion. He says, after walking onto the stage accompanied by a Yo-Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me, he said, in my 37 years of working with Mappo, that being the aspect of Disney that handles park stuff, and Walt Disney Imagineering, I had the honor of working with many talented creative personnel, architects, engineers, and technicians who made and created these attractions that have been enjoyed by millions of people over the world and will continue to enjoy them in the future. So, congratulations to Imagineer Wayne Jackson.
Indeed.
Next up in this year's class, they did induct the late, great Carrie Fisher.
Indeed.
Bob Iger read a letter from Fisher's daughter, Billie Lord, who was unfortunately unable to attend the event, saying she secretly always wanted to be a Disney princess, so getting to be a Disney princess and a Disney legend would have been her ultimate dream. Following up with that is her co-star, the legendary Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker.
Hello, Disney.
They don't own the comic company. You can't do that.
That would have been hilarious if he'd have busted it out, though. That there of all places.
He probably would have gotten sued by Warner Brothers very fast. But in addition to Star Wars, he also lent his voice to animated series such as Miles from Tomorrowland and Milo Murphy's Law. He has a vast collection of Disney memorabilia. Mentioned that he's such a devotee of all things Disney. His son's middle name is Elias in honor of Walt. Those that don't know, Elias was Walt Disney's middle name.
Right.
So he said he feels like Lou Gehrig and referenced the player's famous speech saying, "Today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth."
There you go.
And the next inductee is of course, it wouldn't be a D23 without surprises.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, everybody went in expecting there to be 10 legends inducted, but instead there were 11.
Okay.
And so everybody went nuts when they found out that alongside the existing legends, there was an 11th honoree, the great Whoopi Goldberg, whose long list of Disney credits include films like Sister Act, voices in movies like The Lion King and Toy Story 3, and of course one of the hosts of ABC's long-running TV show, The View. And she is already an EGOT, being an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony winner, and is now the first ever LEGOT with today's honor.
Okay.
That being Legend, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. She recalled watching The Wonderful World of Disney through her childhood, and she was born the same year that Disneyland opened, saying, "My mother always said, one day I'm going to take you kids to Disney. Instead, I got to take her," adding, "Disney made you feel like no matter where you came from, you were welcome." And the final legend to be inducted this year, speaking of Tonys, Tony, Emmy, and Grammy winning and Oscar nominated theatrical director and filmmaker Julie Taymor. Of course, her breathtaking direction of The Lion King on Broadway speaks for itself. Her direction of Spider-Man Turn Out the Dark speaks for itself too, but we won't go there. And there was another final surprise, a performance up by the cast of The Lion King of the song He Lives in You.
Appropriate.
As they came out on stage, costumes and all. How cool is that? And you see all the Disney legends actually got to put their hands in some concrete, and they got to take this framed thing home with their hands and their name written in this little concrete here. That's kind of neat.
Nice.
That's a very cool thing. Good stuff. Congratulations to all the Disney legends. We applaud you.
Didn't Hamill and Stanley come out together? I thought you mentioned that to me.
Yeah, I believe Hamill and Stanley at some point in the weekend arrived together in golf carts. Hamill in the lead, followed by Stanley, who I think's cart was driven by somebody else. But they did arrive, and they had a rather noted arrival, though I don't know if that was for this event or for another event this weekend. Because many things did happen this weekend.
Indeed.
As we roll on. Oh, here's what it was. Mark Hamill and Stan Lee lead the Ultimate Fan Street Party.
Well, if anyone's going to lead a street party, it's going to be Luke Skywalker.
Indeed. Mark Hamill and Stan Lee, fans joined in the fun, clapping and dancing, along with a procession of balloons, musicians, and celebrants all across the D23 Expo show floor. So that's cool. Here, I'll do this real quick.
Okay. He's doing the Spider-Man thing.
Thwip.
Thwip.
Thwip. All right. So following the... Whoa. Stop jumping around. Jeez. Okay, next. What else we got? This was pretty cool. This special panel. There was an expo panel, The Golden Girls, a celebration of laughter, friendship, and cheesecake.
Nice.
They honor the quintessential long-running Touchstone television series, of course, produced Touchstone being owned by Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Writers Barry Finaro and Stan Zimmerman were there. Producer-director, who helmed more than 100 episodes, Terry Hughes. Production designers John Schaefer and Michael Hines. And Golden Girls superfan and author Jim Colucci of the book Golden Girls Forever joined Imagineer Morgan Richardson for a discussion of the show's lasting impact.
Really? Betty White couldn't be bothered to show up?
Betty White has shit to do. I remind you, Betty White has a TV show to film. It's called Hot in Cleveland.
True.
That one's not owned by Disney. Wait, actually, it's on ABC. Yes, it is.
So she could have taken the weekend off.
You would think. Anyway.
Isn't she like the only one left alive?
Yes, she is.
Bitch, you could have shown up.
I'm sure she had a commitment of some kind, but it's a great panel discussing all kinds of Golden Girls things, so that's a lot of fun.
Golden Girls was a great show.
Indeed. Following this, of course, this year's Masquerade competition went on. Many, many wonderful costumes being seen at the Masquerade, ranging from classic Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, you name it, it was there. All kinds of fun stuff. The Masquerade was judged by a 3-member panel of costume-loving celebrities, including Ashley Eckstein, known for voicing Ahsoka Tano on Star Wars Rebels, and the creator of the super cool Her Universe clothing line, Descendants 2 costume designer and Project Runway alum Kara Sound, and actress Yvette Nicole Brown, host of Cosplay Melee and co-star of ABC's upcoming series The Mayor.
Okay, then.
People of a slightly older generation might also remember Yvette Nicole Brown as playing Helen on the Nickelodeon show Drake and Josh. Among many other things that she has done over the course of her career. That's just what I remember her. She's always Helen to me. Moving along. Let's see. 15 entrants participated. They were judged on craftsmanship, concept and design, showmanship, and stage presence.
Okay.
There were several categories. There was Once Upon a Costume, Disney Make Believe and Fantasy. We had Queen Elsa. We had Belle. Wow, that's a really good Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. That's really cool. She's even got stitch lines drawn all over the bodysuit. That's cool. World of Adventure, adventurous looks from the world of Disney. This is not the dwarf you're looking for, a mashup of Snow White and Star Wars.
Okay, then.
It's Snow White as a Jedi with a stuffed BB-8 with a dopey hat and ears on it.
Okay, then.
That is cool. There's Tinkerbell. There's a Tinkerbell dressed as if she's flying an X-Wing.
Okay, then.
There's a giant Groot with a little stuffed rocket on his shoulder. That's cool.
I am Groot.
Pretty much. He was the big winner. Hand-painted noodle floaties were used to make the suit, and also entertain the audience with some appropriately adorable dance steps.
Okay, then.
Yeah, Sally was the winner of the other category, by the way.
Okay.
And then the heroes and villains category, fashionable versions of good versus evil. We got a very nice looking Emperor Emperor Zurg, sorry. We've got, wow, a guy came out as a male version of Winnie Sanderson from Hocus Pocus.
Wow. That sounds terrifying.
That's actually not bad. He looks like a British rock star.
Again, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, it works. but the eventual winner was actually a twofer.
Okay.
Summer Allen and a friend of hers as Moana's Tefiti and Teka.
Okay, then.
Those who have seen Moana remember, of course, that Tefiti is the spirit of the earth that they are trying to resurrect, and it turned out that when her the heart of Tefiti was stolen, she became the molten fire earth goddess Teka, whom they had to get through, only to realize that she was what they were trying to save. Volcano made of hand-sculpted foam and even emitted smoke. So that's neat.
Nice.
Inspired by Disney, bringing up the unique creative to Disney life, we have, let's see, a version of the Centaur from Fantasia.
Okay.
That's cool. Queen of Disneyland Candy Palace. That's cool. Kinds of Disney candies. What is this? And the winner, the wildest gown in the wilderness, a gown that was a literal wearable version of Big Thunder Mountain.
Wow.
That is cool. Cast of characters for character groups, 2 or more participants. Apparently the other one didn't fucking count.
Okay.
So let's see. We have the Princess and the Frog cast, including Tiana, Mama Odie, and the evil Dr. Facilier. So that's cool. That's a good Mama Odie. I like that. The Facilier looks good too. Then we had a cast of Delicious Disney featuring a human-sized Mickey pretzel, an ice cream sandwich, and a Dole Whip from outside of the Tiki room. But the winner was Leia to Andrea Lee and friends as Mary Poppins, Bert the Chimney Sweep, and Mr. and Mrs. Banks.
Fair enough.
Very cool. And best of the best grand prize winner was, again, Summer Allen and her friend as Moana's Tefiti and Teka. The grand prize this year was $2,300.
Wow.
So congratulations to all the Masquerade participants. There is a gallery of all the fun Masquerade costumes. You can see them all at D23.com. So check those out. Good stuff. All right, so following the Masquerade, let's keep rolling it along. Disney Legends 30th anniversary. So there was a lovely panel with a series of selection of Disney Legends talking about what it's like to be a Disney Legend. Mark Hamill represented the current class. So we learned a lot of other things, that Dave Smith counted the exact number of paper clips in Walt's desk when he cataloged his office. Bill Farmer can do a spot on John Wayne and Yogi Bear in addition to his known Disney voices, such as Goofy. Walt personally selected Karen Beaumont for her Disney roles, and Mark Hamill loves voice acting because there is liberation in not being seen, and there are chances you can take when the camera isn't pointing at you. So, wonderful for them. We followed that up with the Marvel TV animation panel, which has several big announcements. We found out that the highly anticipated new animated series, Marvel's Adjectiveless Spider-Man, will debut with a 1-hour premiere on Saturday, August 19th from 7 to 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the Disney XD network and the Disney XD app and video on demand.
Didn't know they were doing a new Spider-Man cartoon. Fair enough.
They indeed are doing a new Spider-Man cartoon. It looks pretty cool.
Fair enough.
We also learned about the voice cast for Marvel's Spider-Man. I'm gonna have to they don't have it detailed here, but let's see. Yep, hang on.
Librarian mode. Doo-loo-loo.
Pretty much. Let's see. Okay, voice cast for the new animated Spider-Man show. Include Robbie Daymond from Breadwinners and Get Blake as Spider-Man.
Don't know who that is.
Max Middleman from One Punch Man and Transformers Robots in Disguise as Harry Osborn.
Don't know. I probably don't know who most of this cast is.
Najee Jeter from Jesse and Kirby Buckets as Miles Morales.
No, they're putting Miles in it. Okay.
Melanie Minicino from Blaze and the Monster Machine, and Mr. Peabody and Sherman as Anya Corazon, aka Spider-Girl. Fred Tatasciore,
Okay.
as from Marvel's Avengers Assemble, Marvel's Hulk and the Ages of Smash as Max Modell.
I've got you in my sights.
Laura Bailey from Dragon Ball Z and Marvel's Avengers Assemble will be playing Gwen Stacy.
I can see that.
Nancy Linari from The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest and the Addams Family will be voicing Aunt May.
Okay.
Patton Oswalt, known
Okay.
for being in Ratatouille and Pickle and Peanut, will be voicing Uncle Ben.
Patton Oswalt is Uncle Ben?
Patton Oswalt as Uncle Ben.
I don't know if that works. I really don't know if that works.
Patton Oswalt lives and breathes Marvel. He will make it work.
Fair enough. That just seems like an odd choice, but okay.
Scott Menville.
Robin.
I've noticed Teen Titans Robin, also from being on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And, of course, as always, Ma T from Captain Planet as the voice of Doc Ock.
Huh. That could work, as long as he doesn't use the Robin voice.
John DiMaggio,
Okay.
known for such things as Bender from Futurama and Jake the Dog from Adventure Time, among many, many other voices, as well as being Clarence and Samurai Jack, will be voicing the Jackal.
Okay.
Alistair Duncan from the Batman and Final Fantasy XIV will be voicing the Vulture.
Okay.
And Marvel's very own Chief Creative Officer, Joe Quesada, who is also executive producing the series, will voice coffee shop owner Joe.
So he's playing himself.
Pretty much, as a coffee shop owner.
Okay, then.
Also, I think it was noted in here somewhere. I saw it. I think I saw it on the when they Googling. Stan Lee's in it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because of course he is. This is going to be a fresh take on Spider-Man, as Peter Parker is learning the responsibility that comes along with being a new superpowered hero in New York City, just as he's being accepted into Horizon High, a high school for brilliant young scientific minds.
Mm-hmm.
He struggles with the duality of his social life at school while hiding a secret identity from everyone, including best friend Harry Osborn, who attends the competing Osborn Academy for Geniuses.
Fair enough.
As Peter embraces his alter ego and takes on supervillains like Vulture, Lizard, Doc Ock, and Sandman, he watches his hero lifestyle come between his personal relationships and struggles to keep Harry from landing on the wrong side of the law.
Fair enough.
So that should be a fun show.
Speaking of Spider-Man, you've seen the Tom Holland article, right? About who he wants to play Uncle Ben?
I have not.
Yeah, apparently there's rumors going around that potentially in like a sequel, in like the Spider-Man sequel, whatever, they might do like flashbacks. And they were like, you know, and people are saying, well, they do flashbacks, we want this, that to be Uncle Ben. Tom Holland has actually spoken out and said, if we have an Uncle Ben in my movie, I want Tobey Maguire to play Uncle Ben.
Ha!
So Spider-Man has spoken. He wants Spider-Man to play Uncle Ben.
Apparently. Speaking of which, have you seen that meme that's going around, by the way?
No.
It's a meme of the scene in the car from Homecoming with Michael Keaton
Tony.
and...
Oh, that one. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
with the scene in the car with Michael Keaton and Peter's in the back after... Spoilers if you haven't seen Homecoming. Tune out for like 5 minutes. When Peter finds out, oh God, my current arch enemy is the dad of the girl I'm taking to the homecoming dance.
Yeah.
And he sends her inside, and then has where Peter basically says, "You saved my daughter's life. I appreciate that, so I'm going to give you a chance. Leave my business dealings alone, and I won't have to kill you. And we'll just forget any of this ever happened."
Mm-hmm.
And Peter initially agrees, but of course immediately goes back on it. But people have updated that scene, because there's a scene where he holds up Michael Keaton holds up a gun in the front seat just to emphasize his point.
Mm-hmm.
And so people have photoshopped out the gun and photoshopped him holding a picture of Batman. and as he's living on the city, he goes, "Hey kid, you know I was Batman. I prefer Ben Affleck." Keaton stares. "Well, I prefer Tobey Maguire."
Nice.
Indeed.
But yeah, that would be a little weird if Tobey Maguire played Uncle Ben.
Would it be though?
I don't know.
I mean, he's exactly 10 years younger than Marissa Tomei. So that's not entirely out of the question that they could have had a relationship.
True.
And remember, they're not Peter's parents. They're only supposed to be Peter's aunt and uncle. So it's entirely reasonable that Uncle Ben, in this instance, is the younger brother of Richard Parker as opposed to the traditional older brother of Richard Parker.
Yeah, but then there's the other thing of you look at Tobey Maguire and could you feasibly believe he would get shot down by a random mugger?
Yes. I believe he would get shot down by a random, and he wouldn't get shot down by a random mugger. He would get shot down by somebody who saw him emo dancing down the street.
Yeah, he would.
But in all fairness, it's already been heavily hinted by Tom Holland that he's not being shot by a mugger anyway. So, it's been heavily hinted that Uncle Ben probably died in the Chitauri attack on New York.
Oh, that's kind of lame, but okay.
It depends on how he died, though. If it's, he died saving Peter's life, that could easily work into, great power, great responsibility, whatever.
But why would he have to save Peter's life? Peter's fucking Spider-Man.
He wasn't when he was 8.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, it's been well established. We don't know exactly how long ago Peter got bit by the spider, but it seems to be implied that Uncle Ben was dead before that happened.
Fair enough.
But we don't know for sure because we don't know exactly how long he's had the powers. We know that he made his own suit. He's been doing some hero shit, but he barely can do his web stuff. So clearly, he hasn't been Spider-Man for more than a couple of years at the most.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that Peter was 8 when the fucking Chitauri invasion went down.
Fair enough.
So, math.
True. Fair enough.
Indeed. So in addition, more Marvel animated news. We also found out, we learned about Season 3 of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout.
Okay.
Which is, of course, still rolling. And, of course, it was the inspiration, or at least the co-spiration for the Mission Breakout attraction at Disneyland that replaced the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
Fair enough.
The third season will find the Guardians gaining fame and fortune, but quickly knocked back on their heels after being framed by the Collector. They will travel to new universes, stage a massive sting operation inside the Nova Corps, and expose a secret invasion years in the making.
Okay, then.
Also, the LEGO Group and Marvel are teaming up for an all-new 22-minute animated LEGO special, LEGO Marvel Superheroes, Guardians of the Galaxy, The Thanos Threat.
Isn't that an oxymoron?
When Thanos, Ronan, Nebula, and the Ravagers seek to possess the Build Stone, a powerful and creative relic, the fate of the universe depends on the Guardians of the Galaxy to protect it. We don't have any details on platform or release date on that just yet, though.
Thanks for cutting me off.
Sorry.
I was saying, isn't that a little oxymoron because aren't the Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel superheroes?
True.
Couldn't they just called it LEGO Marvel Superheroes?
Well, specifically the Guardians. They wanted to emphasize that it was that specific group and not the whole of the Marvel heroes.
No, they could have just said LEGO Guardians of the Galaxy then.
They could have, but they didn't. So lots of fun animation news there. Rolling along through the D23 events.
Indeed.
We did have a wonderful panel celebrating 50 years of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Bum, 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 bum,
so that's cool.
Did Captain Jack show up?
No. I'm sure he's busy filming things. They had all kinds of Disney legends and creative directors, executives, all kinds of stuff talking about the attraction. Saying, according to, let's see, which one was this? Sklar? Who is this person? Walt Disney Marty Sklar, Disney legend and Walt Disney Imagineer ambassador, saying Pirates of the Caribbean changed the whole theme park industry. It's a really great story told through tremendous technology, the quintessential attraction.
Pretty much.
So that's neat. Happy anniversary to Pirates. Applause. And now, ladies and germs, it's go time.
It's go time.
Let's get to some major shit that we actually want to talk about.
Indeed.
The Walt Disney Pixar animation panel.
Fair enough. Land of Pixar.
The promise from John Lasseter, who hosted the event, because of course he did, it's John Lasseter, saying, we're going to show you things that no one has seen outside the walls of our studio. None of which we're getting to see, but...
Okay.
Of course, John Lasseter, the head of Pixar and Walt Disney Animation, also apparently one time a skipper on the Jungle Cruise ride. Fun
Okay,
fact.
then.
So, he was wearing his signature Hawaiian shirt with all the characters that he's created in Pixar on it. He wears that all the time. He came out with a spirit squad of T-shirt shooters, and they lobbed T-shirts out to the crowd. And they talked about some of the things that are coming up. Oh, excuse me. The following are a list of things that were discussed. Number 1, an untitled Disney Toon Studios film.
Okay.
The folks at Disney Toon Studios are going to aim to elevate storytelling to new heights, quite literally, with their yet-to-be-titled film that explores the future of aviation.
Okay, then.
They previewed a speed test for the fans and revealed that the film, directed by Clay Hall and Bob Ganaway and produced by Farrell Barron, opens in theaters on April 12, 2019. So that's cool. We then announced a new Frozen adventure.
Of course.
Olaf's Frozen Adventure.
Oh, makes sense.
It's a new 21-minute Frozen holiday featurette opening on the big screen in front of Disney Pixar's Coco this November 22nd. Kristen Bell arrived to help usher this in. Of course, the voice of Anna. Had an animated clip from the film that audiences would be seeing for the first time in forever.
Who sang First Time in Forever?
What's that?
So who sang that?
Nobody. She said that, saying we'd be seeing this for the first time in forever. It was a joke. Because it's a line from her. It's a line from her song.
Yes, it is.
So they began with the clip showing Olaf. Everybody was thrilled. But there was a collective gasp when audio problems threatened to cut the clip short.
Okay.
Right as it was about to apparently go into a new song.
Okay, then.
Indeed.
I assume Josh Gad is reprising the role.
He is. And luckily he was there, so he just went out and sang the song live.
Nice.
The song, by the way, is entitled That Time of Year and is written by Elsa Samsel and Kate Anderson, who have provided 4 new songs for that 21-minute featurette.
Cool.
The full cast is back, including Idina Menzel as Elsa, Jonathan Groff as Kristoff, and the producers have also returned, apparently. Or no, sorry, producers from Prep and Landing and Big Hero 6.
Fair enough.
Are on that. So cool. We followed up with, we need to learn a bit longer to find out more about Frozen 2 proper. But they are hard at work on the film, which opens November 27th of 2019. In addition to the returning cast, both directors Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee and producer Peter DeVecchio are going to be doing that as well.
Fair enough.
So Frozen 2 forthcoming. Next, one of the big things people were interested in hearing and finding out about Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. The title of this had been announced several weeks ago. And they talked about the film. They knew they had to go somewhere big to follow up the film that he described as a love letter to video game arcades. That turned out to be the internet. John C. Reilly is returning to voice Ralph. Jack McBrayer will return to voice Fix-It Felix. Sarah Silverman will return as Vanellope von Schweetz, and she was actually there on stage. And they introduced a new character. And you'll be hearing Golden Globe winner Taraji P. Henson from Hidden Figures and the TV show Empire, and more important to me, from the first few seasons of Person of Interest, as this new character.
Okay.
The character's name is apparently Yes, with 3 S's.
Okay, then.
According to Moore, if it's cool, if it's trendy, if it's now, Yes has discovered it and shared it with the world.
So she's a personification of social media.
Apparently. Fans were treated to a break the internet moment in the hall with the debut of a scene from the film that is an incredible homage to Disney princesses.
Okay, then.
After, first of all, let's see. Yeah, there is going to be a scene in Ralph Breaks the Internet, presumably involving Vanellope. One would have to assume, in which, in this, there is a scene with the reunion of Disney princesses.
Nice. With the actual, like, real voice actresses?
Appearing in the Disney Princess reunion, and also they were all here on stage, by the way.
Okay.
I think. Were they? Wait, I'm confused. Oh, yeah, only at Expo Experience. The Disney princesses who were appearing in the film were there, and they include Auli Cravalho as Moana, Kristen Bell as Anna from Frozen, of course, Kelly MacDonald as Merida from Brave, Mandy Moore as Rapunzel from Tangled, Anika Noni Rose as Tiana from The Princess and the Frog, Irene Bedard as Pocahontas, Linda Larkin as Jasmine, Paige O'Hara as Belle, and Jodie Benson as Ariel.
Nice.
So, all princesses from Little Mermaid forward for those of you keeping score at home. Because I'm pretty sure the rest of them are dead.
Except for Nala.
Nala's not a princess.
She should be. She's married to the... Well, okay, she's a queen, but still, close enough.
Yes, you'll notice that Elsa wasn't here either. Queens don't count.
Yeah, but she's still... Yeah, well...
She's not officially in the princess line.
Yeah.
Animal princesses don't count.
Bullshit.
Because really, pre-Ariel, pre-Ariel, you've got 3. Snow, Cindy, and Aurora, and their voice actresses are all dead.
True.
So, oh well. Technically, they probably could have called, it's not like they don't have her fucking number. They could have called, what the shit's her name? I'm blanking. God damn it. Hang on. What the fuck is her name? This is killing me. They could have called Ming-Na Wen for Mulan, but they didn't do that. It's not like they don't have her number. She's on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
But they apparently did not choose to invoke Mulan for this one. They invoked Pocahontas, which was a surprise. But they chose not to invoke Mulan on that princess line. So, fair enough. Anywho, so all the princesses gathered. That was pretty cool. Oscar winner Clark Spencer is producing Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2, opening in theaters November 21st of next year. And then Lasseter said he's been waiting for this film since before there was a D23. I'm going to put this on the big screen.
I thought you said we don't have footage for any of this.
We don't have footage. I'm putting up an image.
Oh.
It is coming, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Incredibles 2.
Nice.
Here's
now
your
with
first
baby.
Here's your first artwork for Incredibles 2. Very cool.
Baby's getting in on the action.
Indeed.
I assume the crowd went nuts for that.
Oh, yeah. Prior to showing a look at the character people have been talking about since the film's release, Edna Mode, featuring fashion luminaries like Zach Posen and Rachel Zoe and Heidi Klum and Kendall Jenner, they took a poke at the fashion industry and what they thought of diminutive designer Edna Mode from the film, as if she were a real designer, which is hilarious. And that there is video of, but we're not going to show that.
Fair enough.
Director Brad Bird, who voices Edna Mode, joined Lasseter on stage. They showed off clips of the new animation technology that they're using to bring the Super Family to life in the sequel. Actors Craig T. Nelson, Mr. Incredible, Holly Hunter, Mrs. Incredible, Sarah Val, Violet, and Samuel L. Jackson, Frozone, were reunited on the stage, joined by newcomer Huck Milner, who'll be voicing Dash, because obviously the original Dash voice actor is way too fucking old to do that now.
Wait. They had Samuel L. Jackson there?
Yes.
Why the fuck didn't he show up for the Infinity War panel? What the shit? He's kind of the leader.
Because this was on Friday. That was on Saturday.
Still, they still had him there. They could have said, "Hey Sam, Marvel tomorrow."
Yeah, but realize that while they were doing this panel, they were simultaneously filming an Avengers movie. The one that comes after Infinity War. They're filming that now. So they probably need him there for that.
Apparently not, considering the entire cast was at D23.
Well, they flew them out for like one day, but maybe they weren't filming there because they didn't have everybody. So they were obviously filming scenes with the people that they didn't fly out.
Yeah, the ones they're trying to keep under wraps. The half the heroes that we don't know about, that's going to show up in the second movie for the big fight.
No, there were a lot of heroes that weren't there. Captain America wasn't there. Falcon wasn't there.
Falcon was there. Anthony Mackie was there.
Was he?
Yep. Feige introduced him.
Well, we're going to talk about that later. Let's roll on. Incredibles 2 is slated to open June 15th of next year.
Mm-hmm. They should have the Incredibles show up in the MCU.
Josh Cooley, joined Pixar in 2003, came out and helped Lasseter talk about Toy Story 4.
The one that shouldn't exist?
He has actually assumed full director responsibilities because Lasseter has shit to do. But Lasseter is overseeing the film. And Toy Story 4 will hit theaters June 21st of 2019. There was a behind-the-scenes look at a day in Cooley's life at Pixar headquarters working on the film. Also, there is an untitled Dan Scanlon movie. Monsters University director Dan Scanlon revealed a few details about the new feature. It's based on a personal story for Scanlon, who lost his father when he was very young. The director has always wondered, who was my father? The story is set in a world with no humans, only elves, trolls, and sprites. Anything that would be on the side of a van in the 70s, said the director. In the film, we're going to tell the story of two teenage elf brothers whose father died when they were too young to remember him. But thanks to the little magic still left in the world, the boys embark on a quest that will get them a chance to spend one last magical day with their father. Corey Ray, also at Monsters University, will be producing that film. And lastly, we did talk about the impending new film, Coco.
Okay.
Director Lee Unkrich, co-director and screenwriter Adrian Molina, and producer Darla K. Anderson were there and gave everybody a look at a clip, which introduces Miguel, who dreams of becoming a musician like his hero Ernesto de la Cruz, but whose family long ago banned music. A fateful decision leads Miguel to the land of the dead, Molina said. In the end, it's a story about the importance of family, honoring your ancestors, and following your dreams. Music is an important part of the film, and Unkrich promised the film will feature both traditional Mexican music and new songs created just for the film, as well as a score from Oscar-winning composer Michael Giacchino, who has worked with Up, Rogue One, and Up and Rogue One. The song "Remember Me" was written by Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez. For those people who don't remember, they have done music for a number of Disney films, including Winnie the Pooh, Finding Nemo the Musical, and of course, most famously, they were the writers of Let It Go, who made Frozen a thing. with additional songs written by Jermaine Franco of Dope and Shovel Buddies and by Molina himself. Also, part of the main team's musical consultant Camilo Lara of the music project Mexican Institute of Sound to make sure that it was authentic. The presentation ended with a grand finale, the first public performance of Remember Me, performed by Anthony Gonzalez, who voices Miguel in the film, and Benjamin Bratt, who lends his voice to Ernesto de la Cruz. They were joined by 160 performers, including Grammy winner Mariachi Divas del Cindy Shea and Ballet Folclorio de Los Angeles, under the direction of Corelli Montoya.
Okay, then.
I'm just going to go ahead and do this real quick, because fuck it. Look at this.
Wow. That's elaborate.
Oh, yeah. It's good stuff. And thus we ended the animated panel.
Indeed.
Oh, and the Grammy-winning Gordon Goodwin Big Fat with a PH band was also there. So cool with that. Animation ho. Good things. I want to see Incredibles 2. And Toy Story 4.
Well then.
Yeah. Whoopi Goldberg then hosted a panel on called Melodies in Waltz Time, the music of Disney live-action films. Joining her are people such as Leonard Maltin, of course, legendary film critic Leonard Maltin, Jeffrey Sherman, the son of Robert Sherman, one of the legendary Sherman brothers, Karen Dotrice, who played Jane Banks in Mary Poppins, and Leslie Ann Warren, who's apparently still alive, as who played Cordy in The Happiest Millionaire. Although Leslie Ann Warren's only 70, I thought she was older than that. Fair enough. Oh, good to have her still around. I guess she was the young one in Clue. I guess that makes sense. I always remember her for being Miss Scarlet in Clue. Hello? This thing on?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. They explored music from beloved by Disney fans everywhere, and a choir and musical accompaniment performed songs from films like The Parent Trap, Summer Magic, Mary Poppins, and more. So
okay,
that's
then.
good stuff. Good stuff there.
It sounds like that would have been fun to see and hear.
Indeed.
I'm sure most of this stuff, or a lot of the highlights of the stuff, will be on the internet soon because Disney does that.
Possibly.
Just go to their YouTube channel; it'll be there.
Yep. Yeah. So moving on into Saturday. Let's see. We had the ABC Comedy Kids take on Celebrity Family Feud at D23 Expo.
Okay, then.
Just kind of neat. Modern Family's Nolan Gould. I'm sure everybody knows who Nolan Gould is.
I don't watch Modern Family.
Okay, well, you might know him as the eldest of the kids that are on that show.
Okay.
He's Luke Dunphy, the eldest sibling.
Okay, if I saw him, I'd probably recognize him.
Yeah. Anyway, Nolan Gould hosted the program in a Steve Harvey-esque blue blazer.
Okay.
And they had a game of Celebrity Family Feud with young stars from all over ABC's comedy shows, including Miles Brown and Marcy Martin from Blackish, Daniel DiMaggio and Logan Pepper from American Housewife, Kyla Kennedy and Mason Cook from Speechless, Hudson Yang and Forrest Wheeler and Ian Chen from Fresh Off the Boat, and Nolan's co-star Aubrey Anderson Emmons from Modern Family. All in celebration of ABC's Summer Fun and Games, the network's insanely fun programming block that features fan favorites like CFF, Battle of the Network Stars, Match Game, and To Tell the Truth.
Okay, then.
There were two teams, Team Fun, captained by Speechless Kyla, and Team Games, captained by Fresh Off the Boat's Hudson, and they were put to the test with some feud questions appropriate for the age range, including, name a character you envy because he or she can fly. Tell us one thing everyone knows about Star Wars Yoda. Name someone from Wonderland that Alice would invite to her birthday party.
None of them. I wouldn't if I were her.
So after a super close game, including an extra sudden death question and fast money with Mason and Hudson, Team Games took the win.
Okay then.
And then there was an interview where each of the kids got to talk a little bit about their careers and the things going on the ABC comedy show. So that's cool.
Promotion.
Yep.
Next,
we had a panel, The Enduring Power of the Princess.
Okay.
Which happened because apparently 4 Disney princesses decided to hang out on a stage.
Okay.
Those princesses were Jodie Benson, Ariel, Paige O'Hara, Belle, Anika Noni Rose, Tiana, and Moana's Auli Cravalho. So a good range there. They were on stage 28 and shared their experiences making movies that brought 4 famous princesses to life. Hosted by animators Kira Letomaki and Amy Smead, there were clips of the actresses recording their famous songs, pencil tests to the princesses, and a special viewing of the Princess-tastic clip from Ralph Breaks the Internet Wreck-It Ralph 2, which featured all the original living Disney princess voice actresses reprising their roles.
Minus Mulan.
The panel finished with each actress performing a passage from their iconic songs.
Okay then.
Good stuff. Next up. A cool little panel. Oceans, forests, and outer space, creating the worlds in Pixar's universe.
Okay.
Where some artists and Ralph Eggleston, production designer for Incredibles 2, hosted the panel. And talked about all the different worlds they create. Kim White, director of photography and lighting, was there. And they basically talked about how they create all these worlds. You know, the most beautiful shots of Inside Out aren't in the movie. They got cut for story reasons. The director tried to reuse them somewhere else because he loved the lighting, but he couldn't. You have to get used to that. There was a vibrant gallery of artwork, pre-visual development, mood pieces, textures that help shape some of the most beautiful and memorable films in Pixar's and Hollywood's history. So that's cool. Rolling along. We have Marceline, Where the Magic Began.
Okay.
Walt Disney lived in Marceline, Missouri from 1905 to 1911, but as Kay Mallins, executive director of Marceline's Walt Disney Hometown Museum, told a packed audience, he never forgot this picturesque small town, and basically a panel on how Walt was influenced by this town in his early days.
Cool.
He returned for the 1956 performance of The Great Locomotive Chase at Marceline's Uptown Theater, during which he spent time at the Mallins family home, chosen because it was the only house in town that had air conditioning. Perfect Life was about to get even better, Mallins remembers thinking before the visit from Walt. He also returned to dedicate the Walt Disney Elementary School in Marceline. So good times. During the debut, there were several charming pictures of Walt and Roy, including one of Walt at the Great Locomotive Chase, when he told the audience of mostly children, "You children are lucky to live here. The best times in my life were spent in Marceline." So very cool. All right, let's kick into some big shit.
I thought you said that already.
Well, we went out of some big shit to some small shit. Now we're going back into big shit. It ebbs and flows.
Fair enough.
It's time for most of the things that people care about.
Live action?
Disney, Marvel, and Lucasfilm. Live action at Walt Disney Studios.
Okay, then.
Here we go now.
This is where I'll have things to say.
All right, let's roll.
Especially on the Disney front.
Indeed. So, Hollywood's biggest names at acting and directing, surprises at every turn, all kinds of great stuff here. Let's go through the things that happened. So, We open up with a presentation on the brand new forthcoming Disney film, A Wrinkle in Time, based, of course, on the classic novel by Madeline L'Engle. And so the cast of the movie was present. That includes new Disney legend Oprah Winfrey, who plays Mrs. Witch, Reese Witherspoon, who plays Mrs. Whatsit, Mindy Kaling, who plays Mrs. Who, and Chris Pine, who plays Mr. Murray, with newcomer Storm Reed as Meg Murray.
Okay, then.
Director Ava DuVernay was also present on the stage. And Oprah got to be Oprah.
She hosted it.
Not exactly.
Well, that's Oprah being Oprah.
No, she got to give away free shit.
Oh. You get free Disney shit. You get free Disney shit. You get free Disney shit. Everyone gets free Disney shit.
Everybody here gets a Wrinkle in Time poster. You get a poster. You get a poster.
So this is what Captain Kirk was so busy doing he couldn't be bothered to show up for the fucking anniversary of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yes.
Ass. His doctor had no problem showing up.
In all fairness, though, Disney pays a lot more money than Paramount.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Wrinkle in Time opens in theaters March 9th, 2018, by the way.
Okay.
They were on stage talking about the movie. DuVernay described Disney as the perfect place for A Wrinkle in Time. Thrilled to attend her first D23, she told the audience, "I found my tribe, people who love movies as much as I do." And she also debuted the first trailer for the film,
which you can see now on YouTube,
which is available on the internet.
I haven't seen it yet though, because I didn't know what the hell it was. I still don't know what the hell it is.
I haven't either. It's a Wrinkle in Time.
Never heard of it.
It's a book. It's an amazing book.
You apparently have never read.
You illiterate fuck.
You apparently never read it because you said you didn't know what it was either.
I didn't say I didn't know what it was.
No, I swear you just said that because I said I have no idea what the hell it is. You said I don't know what it is either.
I did not say that.
No. Well, it's a book I've never read.
Well, fair enough. I'm not going to go through the whole plot summary, but it's an excellent story about a young girl who ends up meeting up with the three women played by Oprah, Reese Witherspoon, and Mindy Kaling, and they end up going on a time traveling adventure together, as it were.
Fair enough.
And they travel through space as well. I should mention that.
Okay then.
They transport them through the universe by means of a tesseract. Oh, that's hilarious. There's going to be a joke about that.
They travel in a cube, huh?
I don't know.
And apparently Loki guides them.
Who knows? Who knows?
Because we all know Loki has a tesseract.
No, he does not.
Well, Infinity War trailer says fuck you. Because apparently in the trailer, he clearly walks out holding the goddamn tesseract.
Yeah, but where he got it, we don't know, because it wasn't Asgard. He only got it because Asgard got torn the fuck down around him in Ragnarok.
Yeah, he probably got it in Ragnarok.
Probably. Anyway. You might be cool, but you're not Loki flipping knives in the middle of a battle for no reason cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we then got our first look at another upcoming film, The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, which included an exclusive live dance performance.
I still say they should have Fantasia'd the hell out of this.
Yeah.
Gone with no dialogue, no singing, all instrumental and ballet. I think it would have been amazing.
Oh, interesting. So, Sean Bailey, president of Disney Studios Motion Picture Production, introduced the film. Acclaimed director Lasse Hallström's spin on a story that's been beloved for generations. Opening November 2nd, 2018. Keira Knightley, Helen Mirren, Mackenzie Foy, and Richard E. Grant are in the film, as well as Morgan Freeman as the iconic Drosselmeyer. Bailey stressed that music and dance are essential to the film and revealed the incredible stylings of Charles Riley, also known as Little Buck. And he came out for a performance and explained that his dance stylings are being used to create the film's Mouse King, which will be made possible through cutting-edge CGI. The Mouse King will be made up of thousands of smaller mice.
Okay, then.
Expo guests were treated to the performance by Little Buck. They gave a glimpse into the hypnotic, fluid dance style we'll be seeing from the Mouse King when the film opens next year. After that, we got a practically perfect glimpse into Mary Poppins Returns.
I don't know whether to be excited by that or whether to facepalm. Because I own the original movie. I have the anniversary version of it. It's a great movie. I don't know. What do you think? Are you excited about it or do you facepalm?
Little column A, little column B.
So you feel as I do.
Well, truth be told, I haven't seen the original Mary Poppins, so...
You uncultured swine. Dude, you need to see the original one. Julie Andrews is fucking phenomenal.
Oh, I'm sure.
And, of course, Dick Van Dyke. How can you not like Dick Van Dyke?
So director Rob Marshall and actress Emily Blunt, who's playing Mary Poppins, came out to talk about the film. Flies into theaters Christmas 2018. Marshall said, speaking reverently about the original Mary Poppins, Marshall said, I think it was my first film. I think it was many of our first films. There's something so amazing about it that lived with me my whole life. Blunt stressed about stepping into Disney legend Julie Andrews' shoes. No one is ever going to out-Julie Andrews. She said, to make the character her own, I needed to try to pay homage to Julie, but carve out a new space for myself, and we were very loyal to the books. They shot on location in London, which is a special experience. Audiences will recognize Cherry Tree Lane immediately.
Oh, if they're loyal to the books, that means you did not pay homage to Julie Andrews because that movie was nothing like the books. That's why the author fucking hated that movie, because Disney fucked her in the ass.
Not if you believe Disney's saving Mr. Banks.
She hated that movie too because she said it's a complete fucking lie.
Yeah.
Because according to the actual author of the book, originally she wasn't going to give Disney the rights to do the movie, but they said, look, we're going to Disneyfy it, obviously, but we're going to stay faithful to the books, and, you'll have input, blah, 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 all the, that good stuff. And she finally said, okay, fine, let's do this. If you're going to stay actually faithful to what I've written, I'm okay with this. And then when she finally got to see the movie, she was like, the fuck is this drivel?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, author kind of not happy.
Yeah, well. Shit happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, also, there's a photo, you'll note a photo of a table that's part of the set for Mary Poppins Returns that also was in the original film.
Mm.
And
so is this going to be a sequel, or is this like a reboot?
No, this is a sequel.
Okay.
Hence Returns.
Fair enough.
And composer Mark Scheinman came out and led the orchestra in a performance of a piece of the original score, which played over images from the film.
Nice.
Wow. Really, Disney D23 recapper. It was a supercalifragilistic expo-alidocious moment, if there ever was one.
Oy vey. All I have to say is Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke better make cameos in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, we already know Dick Van Dyke's in the movie.
Oh?
He confirmed that.
Oh, okay.
He's playing, much like in the first film, the president of the bank.
He was the president of the bank in the first one?
He was. Most people don't know that because he was under insanely heavy makeup.
Oh, that's right.
The old bearded president of the bank that didn't say much, he played that character.
I want him to reprise his role as Bert, or at least make him old Bert, just kind of walking by. I think that'd be kind of awesome.
That'd be fun. But he will be the president of the bank, who is the son of the original president of the bank. In case anyone was wondering.
We need Dame Julie Andrews, damn it.
Yeah.
And you have to watch that movie, and we can review it for Summer Disney or something.
Sure, what the hell. Anyway, so we got the score there. I'm gonna put this next picture up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just let you go ahead and rage for a couple of minutes.
Uh-oh. Oh, is that Burton and Dumbo?
That's Burton on the Casey Jr. train.
Oh,
Casey
Burton.
Jr.'s coming down the track with a smoky stack.
Is this animated or is this live? This is live action, I assume.
It's
right?
a live action movie.
Okay, number one, Dumbo didn't need to be live action. Number two, why Tim Burton? Why? Just no one liked, or very few people actually liked your Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Why would you do this? Why? And just with the cast, which I'll let you read off, that just kind of solidified in my mind. Fuck you, Tim Burton. So go ahead and read the cast, and then we'll rage some more. Jim, hello?
So, let's talk about this. Yes, Dumbo is getting a live action remake.
God damn it.
Okay, then. Well, I'm just going to keep talking then. Because you folks at home are watching and you don't understand you're doing nothing. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm going to have to step away in like a minute or two, so I'm going to keep the camera off.
What the fuck?
They're going to drop something off on the way home.
Don't live on a fucking porch.
It's ice cream. It'll melt.
I don't care. Fuck your ice cream.
Anyway, go ahead and read off the cast, and then I can rage some more.
Yes, director Tim Burton sent a greeting to Disney fans from the set of Dumbo, currently in production in London. Additional Bailey, I don't know who that is. You're just calling somebody Bailey without introducing them. Unless it's a person who was here in the previous thing. No. I don't know who the hell we're talking about. Anyway, showed fans a maquette created to help bring the beloved baby elephant to life via state-of-the-art visual effects. Film stars Golden Globe winner Colin Farrell of Saving Mr. Banks, Golden Globe winner Michael Keaton from Birdman and Beetlejuice and Batman.
And Spider-Man.
Emmy and Golden Globe winner Danny DeVito from Batman Returns and Big Fish, BAFTA Award winner and Golden Globe nominee Eva Green from Miss Peregrine's Home, Peculiar Children, and Dark Shadows, and introduces Nico Parker and Finley Hobbins in their first film roles. Dumbo will release on March 29th, 2019.
Now tell the good people who they're playing.
I don't have it in front of me. Hang on.
Because the parts they play is the reason why I'm like, oh, fucking hell.
Let's see. Dumbo cast. Colin Farrell plays Holt Farrier, a war veteran and former circus star who finds his life turned upside down when he returns from the war. He is hired by Max Bedici, the circus owner, to care for the newborn elephant whom his two children befriend after they find out that he can fly with his giant ears. Max Bedici, the circus owner himself, sometimes known colloquially as the ringmaster, will be played by Danny DeVito. Michael Keaton is playing V.A. Vandermeer, a ruthless entrepreneur who wants to acquire the circus to exploit the title elephant. I guess he's going to be the villain. Eva Green will play Colette Marchand, a French trapeze artist who performs at the circus. And Nico Parker and Finley Hobbins will be Colin Farrell's characters' son and daughter, respectively. Also, Roshan Seth, Diobia Operai, Sharon Rooney, and Douglas Reith appear in thus far undisclosed roles.
Okay.
Apparently, Will Smith was originally offered the role to play the Colin Farrell part, which he turned down due to scheduling conflicts, among other reasons. Chris Pine and Casey Affleck were also offered that role, but both passed.
Because they're doing other shit for Disney.
Yeah. So, there you go.
But yeah, you have fucking... You read the entire cast, right?
I did.
Yeah, because you have like Danny DeVito And you have, I think Will Ferrell is the other one, right? They're playing the two.
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell?
Not Will Ferrell.
Oh. They're playing the fucking, like the ringmaster people, right? The circus people.
Well, everybody's circus people except for Michael Keaton.
Right. Which I'm sitting here thinking, dude, really? Really? Michael Keaton should have been the ringmaster with how Tim Burton does his stuff. It's like supposed to be all dark and stuff, and it's like you're gonna put Danny fucking DeVito in there. It's like, oh my god.
We'll realize they changed this movie around. The ringmaster's not evil in this one.
Oh.
Because Michael Keaton is the villain.
Oh.
He's an business entrepreneur trying to acquire the circus so he can exploit Dumbo.
Fair enough.
So in this one, the ringmaster himself is not the villain. Danny DeVito is just the guy that runs the circus.
Fair enough. I don't know. It has a great cast, but I'm like, number one, is it necessary? And number two, I don't know if I agree with Tim Burton being the one to do it.
I want to know how racist the Crows are going to be.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, God, the Crows. Oh, God. Oh,
I
God.
done seen about everything when I see your elephant fly.
Oh, dear God.
Despite being incredibly racist, that is a good song.
Well, we'll see if they cast Broadway Genie for that role or not.
Yeah,
That'll tell
right.
us how racist it is.
There you go.
Sorry, I forgot his name, but he is a very talented singer and actor.
Indeed. So, stay tuned for the Dumbo. I like the fact that they're changing it around and adding the more human characters. I think it's going to be a different movie.
Oh yeah, it's Tim Burton. It's going to be a different movie.
So I think that might actually work.
I don't know. We'll see. It didn't work for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That didn't try to be a different film, though.
It tried to be a different film from the original. It was, from what I understand, vastly different from the original. I think from what you said, they tried to make it closer to the book.
That's what they
not
said.
A good thing.
Yeah, well, to be honest, like I said, it worked. It made it a little bit different, but it was not vastly different. This sounds like it's going to be vastly different because Colin Farrell's character, as far as I recall, doesn't even exist in the freaking movie in the original. So they're adding the character of him and his kids all together to add a human protagonist.
Fair enough.
So we'll see how that works out. Moving along. I
want to see this. I also don't think it's necessary because no humans. What's the fucking point? But I do want
to make it look amazing.
It looks amazing. The original one looks amazing.
This one looks apparently just as, if not more, amazing.
I'll be the judge of that.
Fair enough. So, standing ovation after they showed the Circle of Life sequence from the opening of the film, featuring beloved characters including Rafiki, Mufasa, and an impossibly cute baby Simba, who did the little sneeze and everything, and it looked realistic. Favreau, a longtime Disney fan himself, told the crowd, "We like to check in with you." He said his first question upon embarking on the film was, "When's D23? We wanted to give you the first look." The film slated for release in 2019. Of course, recent announcements include the fact that John Oliver has come aboard to voice Zazu. Of course, Donald Glover will be voicing Simba, and James Earl Jones will be returning to voice Mufasa, among others.
Good, because if they didn't, I would have been pissed. Because no one can play that role but him on the big screen.
Pretty much.
I also have to say, you cannot say Simba sneezed and then follow that up with it looked realistic. Because anyone who knows cats in real life knows cats don't sneeze.
Yes, they do, actually.
Do they? I don't call them ever sneezing.
Yeah, no, cats sneeze. All animals sneeze.
Fair enough.
Something else. Moving along.
I stay with you. I do have to say they better put that sequence online eventually because I want to see it. science, Joker here.
News from a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson took the stage, revealing he began his career at the Disney Channel working in on-air promotions. So that's cool. And he was joined on stage by Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Gwendolyn Christie, Kelly Marie Tran, Laura Dern, Benicio del Toro, and of course, new Disney legend Mark Hamill.
Of course.
Johnson said, and they wouldn't reveal much about the film. In fact, they wouldn't reveal anything, though Hamill confirmed that we will indeed hear Luke Skywalker speak in this film. He referred to the movie as a game changer, noting, when I read the script, there were so many unexpected elements. They then offered up a behind-the-scenes look at the film, which opens in theaters this December 15th.
Fair enough.
And then we'll wrap up the live-action panel the only way you really can. I've lost my patience. Underoos!
Pretty much. I heard you guys needed some help. That's the final line of the teaser, from what I understand. The reveal of Bearded Cap.
Ah, nice.
When everyone's down and out, and then this shadowy figure just shows up, and you just hear this voice go, "So, I heard you guys needed some help." Then he steps out of the shadows, and it's Bearded Cap.
Nice. Very cool. So, Kevin Feige came out to run this shit. Now, he is a card-carrying D23 charter member, by the way. And he's been coming to D23 since the first expo back in 2009.
Fair enough.
He explained that next year is going to be one of celebration in honor of the 10th anniversary of Marvel Studios and the MCU. For those of you keeping score at home. And it said it's going to be a big year. Fans can look forward to what Feige calls the biggest production in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Avengers Infinity War. It's filming now, but a slew of superheroes and a fearsome villain were able to take time away from the production to surprise fans, including Robert Downey Jr. as X-Men, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Mark Ruffalo the Hulk, Anthony Mackie, okay, he was there, as Falcon, Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch, Paul Bettany as Vision, Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, Tom Holland as Spider-Man, Chadwick Boseman as the Black Panther, Josh Brolin as Thanos, Don Cheadle as Rhodey, Sebastian Stan as the Winter Soldier, Dave Bautista as Drax the Destroyer, Karen Gillian, I don't even know who that is,
Nebula.
As Nebula, and Palm Clementif.
How do you not know who that is? You reviewed that movie.
I don't know the actress's name. I'm sorry. And Palm Clementif, whoever that is. Oh, she's the
she's also Ruby Roundhouse.
Yeah, Palm Clementif is the girl that works for Eon in Guardians 2, the chick with the antenna.
And then RDJ pulled up Joe Russo because he was
Mantis,
actually there.
That's her name, Mantis.
Yeah, that's right, Mantis, yeah. And RDJ pulled up Joe Russo because he was actually there.
Along with one of the film's directors, Joe Russo.
Yeah.
Even I find myself geeking out, Feige joked. As the assemblage continued, the crowd was on their feet long before Robert Downey Jr. demanded, "Let's see it." It being an exclusive early look at footage from the movie.
I will say Benedict got probably the largest and loudest response. He got like a full room standing ovation when he walked out.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw that part of it. It's online. People have put that up. The introduction to all the actors and stuff.
Well, I do have a couple of notes here that I've seen online. Andre Blacknerd Meadows was at the panel and noted some things that he saw in the video.
Yep.
Hi, Andre. I'm going to get a Morphcon ticket, I promise. So, Thor X Guardians first. It apparently opens with the Guardians in their ship when they come across a corpse floating in space, which turns out to be Thor in his gladiator gear from Ragnarok, whom they wake up, and he asks what's going on.
After they scrape Thor off their windshield.
Yep. We see Peter get his Spidey sense, which is in the form of apparently the hairs on his arm standing up. And we see him wielding the suit from the end of Homecoming, or one that's very similar.
Mm-hmm.
We see that Loki is back wielding the Tesseract. We see Doctor Strange making platforms for Star-Lord to jump on. Black Panther and Winter Soldier are there, and there's an army, and it ends with facial hair Cap.
There's also one other thing you didn't mention there that was kind of a big thing.
Okay.
There's actually a scene between Spider-Man and Iron Man where Tony is basically saying, you know, thanks for allowing me to be a hero, blah, blah, blah. He's basically saying goodbye. So because RJ is already confirmed after Infinity War, he's done with Iron Man. So it almost sounds like that Tony's like going to make the ultimate sacrifice and he's probably going to die.
Mm-hmm.
It does sound like he was saying goodbye to Peter.
Fair enough. Makes sense. He was the original MCU superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of brings it full circle.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be interesting.
Indeed.
Now the question is he going to go out in Infinity War or is he going to go out in Infinity Gauntlet where it's going to be the massive fuck-off fight of the century with like 30 fucking heroes?
What do you mean?
Well, supposedly, according to Scarlett Johansson, the big climactic fight in Infinity Gauntlet, the second movie, is going to have like 30 heroes.
Infinity Gauntlet?
That's I think what they're calling the second movie.
That's not an official name, I guarantee goddamn to you.
Or whatever the second movie is, she said, because they're doing it in 2 installments, I believe, still.
Yes.
And apparently the second one, the big climactic fight between all the heroes and Thanos, there's going to be like a lot of heroes, like 30 or 60 heroes or some ridiculous number.
Well, I'm sure it's the entire MCU.
And the more, they're going to be introducing a lot of heroes in that fight, from what I understand. So my question is Iron Man going to survive until that fight, or is he going to get killed off in Infinity War?
Well, we'll find out. But regardless, they say they haven't announced a sequel title because the sequel title was a spoiler. So I guarantee you that's not it.
Fair enough.
So Infinity War is an unprecedented cinematic during 10 years in the making and will open theaters May 4th of next year.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned for that.
We will be seeing that.
Moving along.
Mm-hmm.
Let's kick right into some other fun news. It's Level Up, the Walt Disney Video Game Showcase.
Wait, how is that not part of the live action panels?
Because video games aren't live action.
No, not that. There's one live action movie you haven't mentioned yet that I've been waiting for you to mention so I can rage about it.
What's that?
Aladdin.
Huh.
You never mentioned Aladdin.
They didn't mention it in their recap.
Was it not part of the live action panels? Was it something separate?
I don't think so.
Because I wanted to rage about that a little bit.
I don't think it was separate.
Okay. Can you glance down the rest of the list, see if it's mentioned? Because that's kind of big news.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I don't know.
Is it not on the list?
I didn't see it. Let me see. The Wrinkle in Time. Nutcracker 4 Realms. Mary Poppins Returns. Dumbo. Lion King. Star Wars. Infinity War. No, they didn't mention it in their article. Huh.
That's weird. You and I were talking about it the other night.
No, it's a thing. It's just... I don't know.
Was it not at D3 that it was announced? D23, I mean?
No, I believe it was part of that panel, as far as I know. Let's cover that then first. I'll just bring it up over here. Anyway, so the other big thing that was revealed was the cast for the live-action Aladdin movie that's been long awaited.
Mm-hmm.
It was revealed that Mina Massoud, a little-known actor, will portray the live-action Aladdin himself. The live-action Princess Jasmine is actually going to be portrayed by Power Ranger star Naomi Scott, which I think is very cool. Good for her.
Although some people might scream controversy, and kind of rightfully so.
Why?
Jasmine is the princess of an Arabic country being played by a fucking British girl. I could see people being not happy with that at all. Like, at all. People are going to rage about this. Personally, I don't give a shit as long as she does a good job, and I know she will. I didn't know she could sing, but as long as it's good, I'm more okay with that. Although I can understand it because I know I will be pissed if they don't have a Chinese cast for Mulan.
You do realize Naomi Scott is Indian, right?
Is she?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. She doesn't look Indian.
Her mother, Usha Joshi, is of Gujarati Indian descent from Uganda.
I did not know that. Like, she looks nothing remotely Indian, in my opinion, but okay.
No, she's got a darkness to her skin. I see it.
Fair enough.
Her father is British.
Fair enough.
And also, by the way, you're an idiot. She has 2 EPs and a number of popular singles from them.
From who? From Disney?
No, just her own albums.
Oh.
She
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Her first EP, Invisible Division, dropped on August 25th of 14. Her second, Promise, came out August of 16. Her singles included Motions from the 14 album and Fool from the 16 album.
Fair enough. I didn't know she was a singer. That's cool.
She also had featured singles being with Breakthrough from the cast of Lemonade Mouth, because of course she was in that movie. And she was also on the album 4 Miles Further in the song Fall From Here with Nick Brewer. Among others. So, no, she is a singer.
Cool.
Oh, there you go.
So continue with the cast.
Yes, and the other major announcement that had been rumored for a while is that the genie will be portrayed by Will Smith.
No, just all the no. Fuck no. All the fuck no. Just,
yeah.
Oh, that's kind of an insult to Robin Williams. That's kind of a big insult to Robin Williams. Just no. No, Will. Just no. You suck. No. You're a good action star. You can't handle this role. You really can't. No. Just no. It's a terrible choice. I would have gone with Jim Carrey before him. And I'm the first one that will say I would not like Jim Carrey playing this role, but he would do an infinitely better job than Will Smith.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just no. Although you feel he could do a good job, so.
Well, my feeling is this. He'll be fine if he's not playing the Robin Williams genie, purely because I've seen Aladdin on Broadway, because I live here in New York. And if Will Smith is playing that genie, he actually works for that genie, who is more of a big band leader style kind of guy, who is, boisterous and out there and breaks the fourth wall and makes a lot of pop culture jokes, but doesn't really do a lot of impressions. I think Will Smith could pull that off. We're going to have to wait for a trailer to see, but I think he could pull it off. If it's that style of genie. If it's trying to be Robin Williams genie, hell no, that won't ever work. But if they're going with a different genie that's more like the Broadway genie, it could be fine.
Yeah, but if they're doing a live action adaptation of their animated movie, people are going to expect the Robin Williams genie. So right now the expectation is there that he's going to be playing the Robin Williams version of the genie.
Well, people can expect whatever the fuck they want. You don't always get what you expect.
No.
Expect the unexpected, as they say.
I can just see, regardless, it really turning a lot of people off, and just basically people saying "fuck you, Disney," for doing this. Because there's a large contingent like myself who have not seen the Broadway show, and I will agree with you though. If he plays that version of the genie, it could work because I've seen the guy and I've seen some things like online and stuff. But you know, there's going to be a lot of people who are like, "Oh, it's a live action adaptation of Aladdin. I loved Aladdin, the movie," and then go to see it and it's completely fucking different. It's Will Smith being Will Smith. People are going to be pissed.
Yeah, well,
just throwing that out there that. This could be a ticking bomb, Disney. You might have fucked up.
We'll find out. That's all we can do is find out.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, let's move on to the next panel. Level Up, the video game showcase panel.
Which is hilarious considering Disney announced last year they were basically closing up their entire video games division and going entirely third party.
They are, which is why these are all third-party games. But that Disney still has licenses and influence over.
Like Sony Spider-Man?
Correct. We'll get there. So, we opened up our panel.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Jimmy Pitaro, the chairman of Disney Consumer Products and Interactive Media, was kind of hosting the deal, or at least he came out and introduced it, and then turned it over to the actual hosts that were handling the panel duties.
Okay.
And they opened it up with Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Of course they did.
Adding a new side to the Star Wars stories, saying, you know, we experienced Star Wars from the perspective of scoundrels and farm boys and runaway stormtroopers. Have you ever wondered what life is like for the Imperials? Battlefront 2 tells that story from the perspective of Iden Versio, a commander from the Imperial Special Forces during the Return of Jedi's Battle of Endor. They show there's behind-the-scenes footage of the game. Game lead Janina Gavankar, who plays Eden, was there. And Lucasfilm Story Group member Steve Blank shared details from the game, such as the brand-new single-player campaign, an idea that was originally suggested by an eager fan who made a guest appearance at the panel, John Boyega.
Nice.
Huge fan of the original Battlefront game. He stopped by to chat with the two of them and share his excitement for the new game. However, not every Star Wars video game is a game about the Star Wars movies. With the new virtual reality technology, we can now enjoy experiences from the Star Wars movies. Disney and Lenovo teamed up to introduce Star Wars Jedi Challenges.
Okay, then.
Which will give players, which is effectively an AR game.
Okay.
That's augmented reality for those who don't know. There is a trailer for this online, by the way. You can go check it out. It's over on the Lenovo YouTube channel, actually. And this will give, basically, you put on a helmet that's like a 3D helmet, but instead of being 3D, you're seeing things out there. Imagine you're playing Pokemon Go with a headset.
Okay.
You're actually seeing the things in your world appearing around you.
Okay.
So you'll have the ability to do things like play a game of Holo Chess, as if you're on the Millennium Falcon. Word of advice, let the Wookiee win.
Right.
And you can there's also it comes with a lightsaber hilt that will light into a saber via your AR headset right in front of you. And you can then do stuff with it. So
I would get that if the AR helm thing that you're wearing is the fucking training helm from Star Wars that Luke wears on the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Do you imagine how awesome that would be? You really feel like you're training with the lightsaber.
Here, hang on. Let me real quick here.
Yes.
I'm just stealing this from the trailer. That's the helmet.
Oh, it's literally a VR headset. Fair enough.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fair.
And you can see her later in the trailer pick up the saber out of the box, much like Rey's in the last movie, and do stuff with it. It's a short trailer, but it's still a cool concept.
Fair enough. Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Or Spooderman, as everybody in the chat was saying during the live panel of this.
Spooderman?
I don't know if everybody's like, Spooderman! I don't know.
Okay, then.
Anyway, yes, a new friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Bill Roseman, executive creative director of Marvel Games, introduced us 2 new versions of our favorite webhead. For the PlayStation 4 exclusive Marvel Spider-Man, we got an experienced Spider-Man who isn't the teenage hero we know and love. Roseman explained, to say this game is epic would be an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to play as a more familiar Spidey, the era and dimension-hopping Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, coming to the Nintendo Switch later this year, will feature a special Spider-Man homecoming version of Spider-Man in Parker's homemade supersuit. Other Spider-Man variations include fan favorite Spider-Gwen and the Miles Morales Spider-Man. Yes, Spider-Gwen will be in the game.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. Yeah, they announced that at E3.
Also, they showed some clips of it.
They showed her at E3 too. She was part of the build that they were playing at E3.
Yeah. Also, everyone can be a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me make a note here.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it here? I'm just trying to get the right thing up.
Hmm.
Let me see. We note this thing here. Yeah, come on, there's more information than that. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Shut up. Well, anyway, Marvel came out and as it continued on their spiel.
Mm-hmm.
And they talked about a variety of Marvel-related games, including Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. They showed the image for that. They showed just a bunch of logos for Marvel games.
Mm-hmm.
But most importantly, they announced that you can finally be your favorite Marvel heroes.
Okay.
With Marvel Powers United VR for the Oculus Rift.
Okay.
They showed people putting on the helmet and turning into Marvel heroes. Specifically, Captain Marvel, the Hulk, and Rocket Raccoon.
Hmm.
It's a cooperative virtual reality game for the Oculus Rift where players can become those heroes and team up to save the world. And they showed things like, oh, here's your arms and here's Scarlet Witch shooting magic and doing different things with your powers. So that's cool.
Nice.
Very nice. That'll be fun. And as everybody in that chat was complaining about for this entire 1 hour or so panel,
Mm-hmm.
we finally got to the end. Finally. When we were joined on stage by, along with his translator, Tetsuya Nomura.
Okay.
Who, those of you who pay attention know, is, of course, the head of Square Enix.
Hmm.
To the massive roar of applause and even some tears, he came out to discuss Kingdom Hearts 3.
Hmm.
Which is all anybody really cared about. So they showed the existing trailer that came out a while back around E3 time that does not have vocal dialogue. Does not have English vocal dialogue yet. It's got the Japanese and then subs. And then they proceeded to show off a trailer of new gameplay footage which showed Sora and his friends Donald and Goofy entering the world of Andy's room. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, Pixar has come to Kingdom Hearts. It's Toy Story World.
Nice.
They revealed that most of the Toy Story level was actually going to take place in a new environment, a toy store that exists downtown from Andy's house. Not Al's Toy Barn, a different one. Galaxy Toys, I believe it was called. And so you'll be going there and joining with Woody and Buzz and some of the others to find Andy and the rest of the toys that have gone missing, thanks to Organization 13.
Fair enough.
Sora, Donald, and Goofy took the form of blocky action figures. You can see their action figure joints and everything. It was kind of cool. It was amazing. And they concluded this tease of amazing footage with a coming 2018. Fucking finally, we have some semblance of a release date.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, it's a start.
They might push it back and push it back and push it back and push it back.
Yeah, it's a start. So all kinds of great stuff there.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yep.
Well, they wrap up the epic trilogy.
Indeed. Good stuff there.
Indeed.
So that was the video game panel. As we continue to roll along. All back up here. All right, next up. I'm particularly excited about this. I'll just cover this briefly. Once Upon a Time panel.
Nice.
Where executive producers Edward Kitsis and Adam Horowitz were there, as well as Colin O'Donoghue, who plays Captain Hook, a.k.a. Killian Jones. And they went on a journey about the show's past, present, and future, talking about where the show was going. Spoilers if you are not caught up on once and have not seen the finale of Season 6 yet. Tune out for the next few minutes. For those that don't know, as the end of Season 6, they went into a reboot mode, and that the new Season 7 onward is going to be a reboot of the show. Effectively, the character of Henry, grown up and now played by Andrew West, is going to be the new Emma protagonist, as it were, as he is joined by his daughter, Lucy, who is trying to get him back into believing in the fairy tale crap again. They chatted about the show's new chapter, which introduces fresh locations. You'll like this, by the way.
Okay.
You might want to jump in here. Because they announced that the new town where things are going to be taking place, there will be flashbacks to an Enchanted Forest. More on that in a minute. But the actual town that this is going to be taking place in, the Storybrooke, there will not be Storybrooke in this one, although it might show up occasionally. But let me just see here. It is, I'm going to get the name here, sorry. Hang on. Trying to find it. Where the hell? Help me out here, guys.
Live.
Shut up.
Hey, you say it all the time.
Yes, but I say it humorously and usually in self-depreciation, not to be insulting. So where is, let's see.
Now the articles have the actual name of the town?
That's what I'm looking for. It was mentioned briefly. Hyperion Heights.
Okay.
Hyperion Heights is going to be the new town. And specifically, you might like this. Hyperion Heights is not a separate town like Storybrooke was in the middle of the woods.
Okay.
You know, Hyperion Heights is a neighborhood.
Okay.
in Seattle.
What?
Yes.
Okay. Random.
You're going to see it's a neighborhood, and that's a great title for it. We have a really fun take on the city and this new forest, and we can't wait to show everybody. They said.
Random.
Well, they went to the other side of the country. It's fun.
I suppose.
And in the other big news, again, major spoilers, keep not listening if you haven't seen it. We found out some interesting information. Of course, Henry has this daughter, Lucy, and we didn't know who her mother was. We do now.
Okay.
We find out that Henry's wife and the mother of Lucy, who is being played by actress Dania Ramirez, is Cinderella.
Okay, then.
But not the Cinderella that you know.
Okay.
You see, season 6 ended with the concept and showing that Henry is moving on to a new book. So, as Bruce explained, we're actually going to be seeing a new enchanted forest because this is based on a new book. Henry had already, seen everything. Well, let me let them explain it. Where do we got it here? We have it over here. I'll go to this one then. It's here somewhere. Hang on. Go away, ad. Now we're going to see Jared Gilmore return as young Henry in the pilot, so viewers can see why he left home, saying that he's the author of the first book, but he wants to go to a place where the happy ending isn't written. He ventures to new places and therefore new books, and we'll actually see different iterations of some of the characters we've come to know and love over the years. New books that could have different versions of some stories and ways of looking at them that maybe we've seen before, maybe some new characters as well. So, basically, they're probably going to be looking back on a lot of existing characters, but with new incarnations of them that we might not have seen before. And that apparently this version of Henry, who, as you may recall, is the grandson of Prince Charming, is now apparently the Prince Charming to this version of Cinderella.
Okay, then.
So that is freaking cool. I'm iffy as to how much rehash we're going to have, but I really like this idea. I am excited.
Okay, then.
I am really excited. This is going to be cool. Very, very cool. I'm so excited for that. Once Upon a Time will be coming back in September. So anybody who wants to join in, this is a reboot. Not totally dependent on anything in the last 7 seasons. Might be a good time to jump on board if you're behind. It might behoove you to watch the finale of season 6, but other than that, I think you're good.
Aside from the fact if you haven't watched Once Upon a Time, you won't know who the hell Henry is.
You don't need to. They're going to establish it. It's fine. Like I said, the opening is going to show him leaving the town, so you're going to get a little bit of his backstory and why it's relevant. You'll understand. So, cool stuff.
Fair enough.
They talked about, Captain Swan will still be around. Hook and Emma are together as to why Hook is in the show and Emma's not. They'll explain why the character is separated because Jennifer Morrison is not returning for next season, as are most of the main cast not returning for next season, hence the reboot. We're going to get a lot of info in the first 2 episodes about what's going on and set everything up. The second episode is A Pirate's Life that'll establish what's going on with Hook. So, good stuff there. And Colin O'Donoghue concluded the panel by singing his song for the musical episode, Revenge is Gonna Be Mine. Good stuff there. All right. Let's see. Some deep cut trivia questions about Hook's backstory. So, yeah, that's some good times on the Once Upon a Time panel all around if you're a Once fan. All right. Next up, inside the evolution of Pixar's characters. a great panel in which they talked about all the varying Pixar characters and how they came together. Daniel Arriaga, character art director, shared sketches from the upcoming film Coco on top of that. So that's cool. One of Lasseter's main emphasis on developing characters is research, so WALL-E was created half in imagination and half in reality, for example, as kind of the things they go to for that sort of thing. Oh, good times.
Indeed.
Next, let's go up to this. This is going to be some interesting news. Let's talk about this.
Sure.
Because next up was the Walt Disney Parks and Resorts panel.
Ooh. Avatar.
No. That's already open, dude.
Well, is it?
Yes, it is.
Didn't know it was already open.
It is already open.
Fair enough.
So, we have many announcements. Number one, we found out the name of the Star Wars land park.
Okay.
It's going to be called Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Okay, then.
So that's good stuff. It's going to open in 2019 at Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios. There'll be Galaxy's Edge at both. The lands are set in a remote trading port on the edge of wild space, a name that represents all the unknown adventure happening within. Literally on the Galaxy's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Guests will find themselves in the middle of the action, whether they're piloting the Millennium Falcon or aboard a Star Destroyer inside a hangar bay. Let's see here. Disney Parks and Resorts Chairman Bob Chapek was hosting the panel and noted that the scale of this attraction is unlike anything we've ever done before, saying the new lands which raise the bar on everything that has come before. Disney Imagineer Scott Trowbridge added, "This is a living place, a place where your choices matter. Guests might see some galactic credits come their way, or they could end up on the list of a local bounty hunter."
It's basically going to be one giant LARP is what it's going to be.
Literally, yes. Your Disney...
In terms of scope, yeah, they're going to have their own separate living facilities, their own separate hotels, which is going to be interesting.
I'm getting there. There'll be a cantina for unique drink concoctions, including blue milk. They're going to have blue milk. With a familiar face playing DJ, the droid Rex.
And then,
who will hopefully have more success as a DJ than he did as a Star Speeder pilot in Star Tours. What could go wrong? Asked Trowbridge. Disneyland will be the first. People at Disneyland Park will be the first to visit Galaxy's Edge. Even though they're both opening the same year, Disneyland will be open first.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth noting, previously it was noted that in this park, like I said, the things that you do, like piloting the Millennium Falcon and whether you succeed or crash it, all that information will be saved on your Disney electronic wristband that you get when you go to the park. And when you go to places with your wristband, you'll be scanned, and things that you did at other attractions within Star Wars Land will affect your journey, as mentioned. So that'll be fun.
So it's an interactive land.
Indeed. Very.
Nice.
Next up, it was all started by a mouse.
Huh?
The new attraction coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Nice.
It will allow guests to step through the movie screen and find themselves inside of a Mickey Mouse cartoon short.
Nice.
In an exciting new attraction at Hollywood Studios. Now, this is good. The downside, if you know Disney.
Uh-oh.
This is replacing the Great Movie Ride.
Don't know that one.
The Great Movie Ride has been at Disney for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
It is a ride at Hollywood Studios that you can ride and takes you through decades worth of classic movies.
Okay.
And so you will be losing that ride, unfortunately. Although as the movies in it have become older, it has become slightly more dated, as I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Walt Disney Imagineering is partnering with the team at Disney Television Animation to create the Mickey and Minnie attraction, which he said will be a masterpiece. The Imagineers are calling the new experience 2.5D.
Okay.
No glasses required to turn the flat world of Mickey cartoon shorts into a dimensional display of amazingness. Plus, one exciting secret that the audience should take as a challenge.
Okay.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will have more hidden Mickeys than any other attraction anywhere in the universe.
Okay, then.
Also, relevant to note, of course, for those that are unaware, 2021 will mark the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida.
Hmm.
And for a milestone that big, it's never too early to start planning. And they're thinking, and most of this planning is going to involve Epcot.
Yep.
Don't yep like you knew about this.
I saw the headline about Epcot with all the attractions that are going into it. They're getting a massive fucking upgrade finally.
Chapek said they continue to realize the original vision of the park while making it more timeless and relevant than ever before. Imagineer Tom Fitzgerald, who worked on the original plans for Epcot, stressed it will always be a place where the real becomes fantastical and the fantastical becomes real.
Mm-hmm.
2 new attractions will be planned for Epcot, the first of which is a Ratatouille attraction.
Yep.
Inspired, coming to the France Pavilion, similar to the attraction that opened at Disneyland Paris in 2014. And to complement what's happening in Florida, a brand new e-ticket Guardians of the Galaxy attraction.
Yep. I am Groot.
Stop yepping me.
What? I saw that article.
Fine, you don't need to yep me.
Yep.
I will mute you. If you're wondering why Epcot seemed like the perfect place to set the Guardians, it was revealed today Peter Quill, a.k.a. Star-Lord, actually paid a visit to Epcot when he was a young boy.
Hmm.
This promises to be an out-of-this-world adventure with roots in an Epcot story.
Fair enough.
In other Epcot news, guests can experience a new green mission at Mission Space that allows them to soar over Earth, and they'll be able to dine in a brand new restaurant that's going to be adjacent to the attraction.
Nice.
Which will allow guests to travel high above the Earth and enjoy great meals and an even greater view. So that's cool.
Sounds cool.
Also, an upgrade coming to the Magic Kingdom Park.
Okay.
In time for the Big 5-0, they'll be opening a new attraction located in an area near Space Mountain. Tron Light Cycle Power Run.
Oh my.
Which is currently the highest rated attraction at Shanghai Disneyland.
Okay then.
It's a coaster-style attraction where riders board a train of 2-wheeled light cycles for a thrilling adventure.
You're totally going on that, aren't you?
Possibly. I don't do roller coasters, so I'll have to see.
You know you want to ride the light cycle.
Also coming to the Magic Kingdom is a new live entertainment theater based on the iconic Willis Theater in 1920s Kansas City. Also planned for Disneyland Paris, Disney's Hotel New York, The Art of Marvel.
Okay then.
Planned for Disneyland Paris would make Tony Stark proud, Chapek noted. The reimagination of Disney's Hotel New York will transport guests into the action-packed world of superheroes with comic art, costumes, and more. Also, they did announce there will be a Star Wars-themed resort.
That's not surprising.
If you've ever dreamed of truly living your own Star Wars adventure, this resort announced today will bring your wildest dreams to life. It's unlike anything that exists today, Chapek said. From the second you arrive, you will become part of a Star Wars story. You'll immediately become a citizen of the galaxy and experience all that entails, including dressing up in proper attire.
Oh dear.
Once you leave Earth, you will discover a starship alive with characters, stories, and adventures that unfold all around you. It's 100% immersive, and the story will touch every single minute of your day and will culminate in a unique journey for every person who visits.
That's impressive. That's bold. Let's see if they can live up to the hype.
I wasn't showing a lot of the content images they have here, but let's throw this up real quick because I'm interested in hearing your opinion on this.
Sure.
Here's a concept art of what a room at this hotel might look like.
Are those beds on the far wall?
Those are 2 bunk beds on the far wall.
That does not look comfortable.
Those are kids. Those are the kids' beds, and then of course the parent bed is on the right there.
Again, that does not look comfortable, but fair enough. Am I the only one who thinks that this room looks more Star Trek than Star Wars?
Little bit.
Like, really, the only thing there that makes it Star Wars is a little BB-8 sitting there.
Fair enough. Also, at Walt Disney World Resort, there will be new transportation offerings, which include, and I'll put this up too, the new, and feel free to facepalm,
Okay.
I give you Disney World's new fleet of mini vans.
Really? Really? Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
Because if you know your Walt Disney World Resort, it's about the size of San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's huge. Having ways to get around is going to make a guest visit more magical. These two come with their own forms of Disney magic. Vehicles themed to Minnie Mouse will soon take guests from point to point around Disney World by land, while the new Disney Skyliner will get them where they like to go by air.
Okay.
With gondolas themed to beloved Disney characters, the Skyliner will connect Disney's Art of Animation, Pop Century, and Caribbean Beach resorts, and other locations within Hollywood Studios and the International Gateway at Epcot.
Oh, it's a gondola. Okay.
It is. Also, a 15th DVC property is coming to Walt Disney World.
A what?
A DVC property.
What is that?
That would be a Disney Vacation Club.
Ah, okay.
That would be the Disney Riviera Resort.
Okay.
Coming to Walt Disney World near Epcot, which will follow Copper Creek Villas and Cabins at Disney's Wilderness Lodge, which opens on Monday, and become the 15th Disney Vacation Club property. Bonus, guests staying at the Riviera Resort will be able to reach Disney's Hollywood Studios at the International Gateway at Epcot via the brand new Skyliner.
Okay, then.
Also announced, the Disney Cruise Line fleet is adding not 1 but 2 new ships.
Okay, then.
Currently under construction, and a 3rd is planned as well, bringing the fleet's total to 7 ships. He said, we decided 2 ships wouldn't be enough to hold all the exciting new experiences we've been dreaming to take up family cruise vacations to a whole new level with immersive Disney storytelling. Saying that by the time all 3 ships are sailing, we'll have nearly doubled the size of our existing fleet.
Nice.
And announced for next year, summer of 2018, Toy Story Land will open.
Nice.
Which might look a little something like this. That's not the right button. I don't want that button. Go away. Go away. I want this button.
Okay, then. Interesting.
Indeed.
And if they keep adding to this, pretty soon Disney's just going to own both California and Florida.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, so Toy Story Land opening in 2018. Where is it? Scroll down. Lost my place. Sorry. Live. There we go. That'll be opening at Hollywood Studios. Also, there will be new ways to enjoy Pixar at Disney's California Adventure in California. Saying we're gonna have a home at Disney California Adventure. John Lasseter arrived to help with this, saying that the park's pier will receive a new name and a new look as Pixar Pier.
Okay, then.
which will allow Walt Disney Parks and Resorts to bring even more favorite characters to life. Starting next year, Pixar Fest will include a new fireworks spectacular, special characters, and entertaining moments. Also, the Pixar Play Parade will move to Disneyland Park in order to make way for a fan favorite Paint the Night Parade, which will move to the California Adventure with a brand new float.
That's because that's what California needs. More fireworks.
Yes. Also, this fall, guests will see how their favorite Radiator Springs characters celebrate Halloween in Cars Land.
Okay, then.
There'll be a Cars Land theme for Halloween. And one more big announcement. An even more Super Disney California adventure.
Okay.
Because coming to Disney's California Adventure Park, announced officially in the following words, I am Groot.
Okay, then.
Baby Groot made the announcement.
Really?
I don't know why. Baby Groot can't say anything but I am Groot, but they chose him.
So wouldn't it be, I am Groot?
Pretty much. But anyway, it was announced that with the success of Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, the highest rated attraction at Disneyland California, Chapek announced that Spider-Man and the Avengers will be joining them for a new immersive superhero universe at the park.
Okay, then.
Which was kind of known because if you've seen anybody who's gone to if you've been to the Mission Breakout or seen anybody around with it, you'll note that in an area outside of it, there are a lot of references to things, including but not limited to, just outside, embedded in the ground, is an Avengers logo. So that's cool. So all wonderful park news going on there. Moving along.
Warner Brothers needs to get their shit together and revamp their park and put a huge ass DC thing in there.
Yeah, well.
Get on it, Warner Brothers.
They kind of do. It's called Islands of Adventure at Universal.
But they need to do one like Disney's doing where it's completely dedicated to the Snyderverse.
They don't have any room.
They have money like Disney. Buy room.
They can't. Everything around them is Orlando. Anyway.
Then they lose.
Because you gotta remember, Disney doesn't buy room. Disney bought room in the 50s.
True.
So the next panel, which is fun, it was the DuckTales Q&A.
Woo!
Which opened with a super twist. With a super twist unrelated to this, but they threw it out anyway. The theme song for Big Hero 6, the series.
Okay, then.
The Q&A featured co-producer and story editor Francisco Angones, Matt Youngberg, the executive producer, Sean Jimenez, art director, Beck Bennett, the voice of Launchpad McQuack, Kate Micucci, the voice of Webigail Vanderquack, Talks Olagundoy, the voice of Mrs. Beakley, and Ben Schwartz, the voice of Dewey. There was also a special video message from David Tennant and a clip from Day Trip of Doom, the premiere of the new series, which will drop in September. Also, apparently, scroll down here, they apparently had a Scrooge McDuck's money bin you could take pictures in there.
Nice. Scrooge McDuck.
Let's see. DuckTales Adventures will have references to cult and 80s movies creators. The 80s movies creators grew up with. That's cool. John Carpenter films were mentioned specifically. Ludwig von Drake will appear in a 60s flashback. And an episode with Scrooge and Beakley. And there's an episode of Scrooge and Beakley, and they build the Pogo Cane.
Nice. I
They
approve.
did get an animatic. They got to hear Lin-Manuel Miranda, who is playing Fenton, say blathering blatherskite, and then heard his deeper voice that he's using for Gizmo Duck.
So he's Batman and Gizmo Duck? Yes, no?
Batman?
It's kind of what Bale did for Batman. It spoke pretty much
Kind of.
normally as Bruce Wayne as Batman.
Kind of. They will reference the original cartoons. A couple of episodes will be reboots of creator favorite episodes from the original series. Also, Duckworth will be in DuckTales, Scrooge's butler. Supposedly he's already in the footage that we've seen somewhere, but everybody hasn't found him yet. Also, somebody at the Q&A asked if DuckTales will have Darkwing Duck, Disney Afternoon references, or the NES Moon theme. And apparently the response was, pause, next question. The DuckTales sneak peek preview of the panel was posted online. You can find that on YouTube now. So, after the DuckTales Q&A, we had Disney's Magical Mid-Century.
Okay, then.
Don Hahn, best known for producing Beauty and the Beast, previewed his upcoming book, Yesterday's Tomorrow, Disney's Magical Mid-Century, which I'm going to read.
Of course you are.
He showcased pages in the book, which is out November 14th, and drew oohs, ahs, and plenty of laughs in the course of his spirited overview, which is a pay-in to the mid-century art, design, and pop culture, and reveals their influences on Disney entertainment. Noting that the mid-century era was a crossroads between old and new. He powerfully showed the impact of modernism on the works of Disney artists like Mary Blair and Walter Peregoy, explained Walt's business relationship with renowned LA architect and his Holmby Hills neighbor Welton Beckett, reminded the audience of Walt's sage embrace of television and his fascination with the space program, and explained how the world's first theme park embraced the mid-century ethos, showing rarely seen images of the Monsanto House of the Future, the Disneyland Hotel, and extraordinary poster art developed for Disneyland. So that's cool. Check that book out.
Indeed.
And finally, Saturday wrapped with A Kiss Goodnight with Disney legends Richard Sherman and Floyd Norman. This was written by Disney legend Richard Sherman, one of the great Sherman brothers. As the beautifully poignant final song for Disneyland Forever, The Kiss Goodnight, the fireworks show created to commemorate the Disneyland Resort Diamond Celebration, and now the song has become a book with artwork created by Richard's fellow Disney legend Floyd Norman, and contributions from his wife, artist Adrienne Brown Norman. They celebrated the upcoming publication of that book on August 22nd. They told anecdotes about their time with Walt, about the stories Diane Disney Miller, Walt's late daughter, shared about her father's upbringing in Marceline, which informed much of Floyd's artwork for the book. Later, Wendy invited Adrienne, a Kiss Goodnight's book designer, Winnie Ho, Disney press editor Brittany Rubiano, and music copyist Leslie Smith up to the stage. To explain their own contributions to the project.
Okay.
And as the panel's very own Kiss Goodnight for the fans, Richard welcomed singer Juliana Hanson to the stage, who joined Richard, who was at the piano, for a lovely rendition of the original A Kiss Goodnight song, as well as tunes from Mary Poppins, Feed the Birds, Walt's favorite song, and a rousing audience sing-along rendition of Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Both great songs.
And lastly, today for Sunday, we had a celebration of The Lion King. Still the highest grossing hand-drawn Disney animated film of all time, by the way.
And it is my favorite Disney movie of all time.
Yep. Brand new live-action film directed by Jon Favreau is coming. All kinds of good stuff.
Directed by Happy Hogan.
Lion King producer Don Hahn facilitated the panel celebrating the legacy of the gem. Joining him on stage was the creative team behind the film, including Rob Minkoff, co-director Mark Hearn, the animator, Tony Bancroft, supervising animator for Pumbaa, Jim Cummings, the voice of Ed, Ernie Sabella, the voice of Pumbaa, and of course, the last minute surprise by Whoopi Goldberg, new Disney legend, the voice of Shenzi. Minkoff told the audience how originally the studio predicted Lion King would be a smaller film, barely cracking $50 million.
Joke's on them.
Surprise, surprise, it doubled that in the first week.
It's awesome.
Han told a humorous story, saying, originally the characters of Pumbaa and Timon sang the entire song, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? At an early test screening in Atlanta, though, after the lights came up, singer-songwriter Elton John, who wrote the music, winced and asked, what have you done to my song, beautiful song? And they quickly changed it. The panel included historic footage of early pitch meetings, recording sessions, examples of how the actors and creative teams brought to life the memorable scenes, and a stirring and emotional grand finale as a choir of hundreds of fans showed up at the end to sing Circle of Life, led by Carmen Twilly, the singer who performed Elton John's famous song in the 1994 film's opening scene.
Nice.
If you'd like to get yourself a copy, The Lion King is joining Walt Disney's Signature Collection on digital HD on August 15th and Blu-ray August 29th.
Already have a Blu-ray version.
This is the Signature Collection version.
Yeah, we'll see how many differences there are.
Next, we had a panel about Tangled the series.
There's a series?
There's a series.
Okay, then. Series away.
Indeed. They talked about it. Though newcomers to Tangled, Jeremy Jordan and Eden Espinosa, who voice Varian and Cassandra, respectively, are already fan favorites. Espinosa shared that she grew up in Anaheim and by extension Disneyland, where she came to work and was a singer of the song that accompanied the magical fireworks show. But then recalled wishing, I just want to record a voice for Disney. She auditioned for Rapunzel when the film was in production, as well as Frozen. Using her own voice to play a character on the hit series is a full circle moment for her. This is the initial foray into animation for her, Jordan, who originated the role of Jack Kelly in Newsies on Broadway. He voices teen alchemist Varian. It says when he first saw the scene, he was laughing and crying at the same time. And then Sonnenberg gave us a sneak peek of a song that we will hear on the series later, featuring Jordan singing a brand new song by Disney legend Alan Menken. Zachary Levi loves the humor he's able to bring to the role of Eugene. I'm the comic relief and I love it, he says. He was also excited to encounter a fan in Josh Gad, who told Levi yesterday at D23 that he and his family watched Tangled the series together. And Mandy Moore, Rapunzel herself, talked about coming back to the character she's voiced since 2010. I felt like we were really a team in making the decision, she said of co-star Levy. When asked which other When asked which other Tangled the series roles she might like to play, she threw back to the OG's sidekicks Maximus and Pascal. Moore isn't the chameleon's only adoring fan. Expo guests were treated to a first look at an upcoming episode in which Pascal's origin story is revealed. So all kinds of good stuff there.
How could you not know it's pronounced Levi? It's spelled like the pants.
I don't know.
It's spelled like the pants, man.
Yeah. But it's also spelled the same as famed actor Eugene Levy.
Oh.
Known, of course, for being the dad in American Pie, among many other things.
Wait, is it spelled with a Y?
No, it's with an I. I'm just saying.
No, I didn't know Eugene Levy's last name was with an I. Fair enough.
No, his is a Y. I'm just saying both could be pronounced either way.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Anyway, we then had the Inspiring Women of Imagineering panel.
Okay.
Introduced by D23's Jeff Epstein and hosted by Kathy Magnum, Senior Vice President, Walt Disney Imagineering. Joining her were Andrea Lawler, Ride Control Engineer, Charita Carter, Creative Producer, Jody McLaughlin, Executive Producer, Wendy Anderson, Executive Creative Director, Disney Parks Live Entertainment, Marty Buress, Project Management Executive, Sarah Thatcher, WDI Research and Development, and Laura Cabo, Architectural Design and Studio Executive. talking about there's no one answer to how do you become an Imagineer. We all have our own stories, and they told their varying stories, including Carter being an accountant who worked across the street from WDI and literally walked across the street to join them. Andrea, who majored in screenwriting at USC and had an option script to her credit, interned at WDI in robotic engineering and sought to fuse her math skills with her storytelling side and now works in ride engineering. So they all have different eyes, different avenues that brought them there, but what different professional paths they've taken. Burris' story about how she approached her work seemed to sum up what working at WDI is all about, saying, I once gave a Make-A-Wish family a private tour of Soarin' at Epcot. They came to Walt Disney World once a year to celebrate their family's health. It changed my perspective on what we do as Imagineers. Now, every decision we make, big or small, I think of that family and how they would be affected by it. WDI, Walt Disney Imagineering, comprises more than 140 disciplines, according to Carter, saying that Imagineers should take full advantage of as many professional opportunities as you can. It's the culmination of different experiences that will get you where you want to go.
All right, then.
And lastly, there was something called Charming Costumes, although that's only a video here and there's no details on what that entailed. So there you have your D3, folks. Your D23.
Yeah.
I got it.
Sounds like it was an interesting weekend.
Oh, hang on, there's a few more things. Okay, sorry.
One more thing.
The other page is more updated. There was Zero to Hero, The Making of Hercules.
Right.
Hosted by directors Ron Clements and John Musker, celebrating 20 years of Hercules. Featured appearances by animators Erica Goldberg and Kevin Duncan, sharing their concept of the characters they designed. And they also shared some of the live-action footage they used in animating the Hydra sequence and an animec for the song Shooting Star, which was eventually replaced by Go the Distance. Finally, Tate Donovan, the voice of Hercules, and Susan Egan, the voice of Megara, joined the panel to discuss their experiences auditioning and voicing their characters. And finally, Egan wowed the crowd with her live performance of I Won't Say I'm in Love.
Wow.
To a standing ovation.
I would expect nothing less.
We then follow that up with Magic with Alan Menken.
Let's say, no fucking Alan Menken?
It's his special one-man show. A Whole New World of Alan Menken made Disney fans' hearts sing this afternoon at Hall 23. For 90 magical musical minutes, he performed iconic songs including Friend Like Me from Aladdin, Santa Fe from Newsies, Go the Distance from Hercules, while sharing stories behind the music and his incomparable career.
See, that's the panel everyone goes for.
Let's see. Zachary Levi introduced that, by the way. So Alan told some stories, including how his family is lousy with dentists. Many people in his family are dentists. He grew up with a dentist father whose office was above a garage in his childhood home. His uncle and several other family members made their careers on all things teeth as well. In fact, the character of Orange Scrivello, DDS, in his and Howard's off-Broadway show Little Shop of Horrors is very loosely based on his dental family. He talked about how he ended up at Disney, including singing a taste of the aforementioned Little Shop of Horrors. And recalled, of course, Howard bringing him in. Talked about the night he and Howard won their Oscars for Beauty and the Beast, sadly, months after Howard passed away. Just after accepting the award, Alan was speaking with the assembled press when someone asked him, how does it feel to win the Razzie for Worst Song of the Year? Turns out the song High Times, Hard Times, sung by Anne Margaret in 1992's Newsie, had the very same night taken home that dubious distinction. Luckily for all, that film took on a very successful Tony Award-winning life of its own on Broadway. He worked with Stephen Schwartz, of course, creator of things like Wicked, Pippin, and Godspell. in New York City when they were still cabaret performers, and apparently stopped Steven Schwartz from going into becoming a psychologist. Alan and Steven's first joint Disney effort was the music for Pocahontas, won Alan another Academy Award, and the rest is history on that.
Mm-hmm.
And they did honor Howard's legacy after performing so many of his amazing songs, including mega hits Friend Like Me from Aladdin, Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, Santa Fe from Newsies, and Go Dance to Hercules, as well as deeper cuts like the beautiful Will the Sun Ever Shine Again from Home on the Range, and the title song from ABC's recent fan favorite Gallivant. Alan wrapped up his performance with Proud of Your Boy.
Nice.
This truly enchanting tune cut from Aladdin, but now appears in the Broadway adaptation, of course, one of the final songs and most meaningful songs that Howard Ashman wrote before his unfortunate passing. So great panel there. And the very last thing noted here, ending at the beginning, as it were, 90 years of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, Disney's first success. And he was the final panel of D23. Of course, as many people know, he was the first creation of Walt Disney, but he lost the rights in the 1920s when he left the company that he was working for, and they claimed ownership of the project and the character. So he dreamed up Mickey Mouse on a napkin on the train ride back home, and the rest, as they say, is history. Oswald is now back with Disney, and you can find out more about him with author David Bossert's brand new book, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit: The Search for the Lost Disney Cartoons. An in-depth look at Oswald's history and the search for his lost films. The book includes a story of the rejection of the first Oswald cartoon, Poor Papa, the success of the second one, Trolley Trouble, which Bossert showed during the panel, and also showed Africa Before Dark. Bossert went on to say the easiest Oswald film to find was Hungry Hobos because he just bought it at an auction. But most of his films haven't been that easy to find, especially since the films are nitrate-based and decay over time. He went on to tell the surprising story that Walt didn't actually lose the rights to Oswald because he never really owned them. What actually happened is he lost the contract to produce Oswald. Regardless, it was a devastating and life-changing blow to the young Walt, but Bossert stressed the importance of this event because had it not happened, Walt might never have created Mickey Mouse. You know, we hear that Walt said to never lose sight of the fact that it all started with a mouse, but I like to say it all started with a rabbit. And thus, ladies and gentlemen, ended D23 for the weekend.
Long event.
Indeed, but wonderful things nonetheless.
Indeed.
Thank all of you for sticking around to listen to all this D23 news. Geoff, thank you for hearing about it. Final thoughts, opinions, feelings, comments, questions, concerns.
Wish I could go to a D23. Because I'd love to sit in like that Alan Menken 90-minute panel. That'd be amazing.
Well, Anaheim's a hell of a lot closer to you than it is to me.
This is true. This is very true.
Indeed.
But yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be fun to go to any of these conventions, but they're all fucking expensive to get into.
Somewhat. So, this has been D23. This has been the Summer of Disney. Stay tuned for some more great Disney stuff.
Not this long.
Not this long. And more great stuff in general here on the League of Opinionated Gentlemen. Peace. Da 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 da.